distinguished dignitaries, respected faculty members, esteemed guests, and dear participants. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of the district level speech competition of Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026, organized by My Bharat in collaboration with the National Service Scheme, hosted here at the Central University of Kerala.
The Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament is a platform for young voices to engage in national discussions and shape the vision for Viksit Bharath at 2047. It fosters leadership, civic participation and policy discussions, enabling students to deliberate on key national issues. To commence the ceremony, I request everyone to kindly rise for the university anthem.
Thank you. Please be seated. Before beginning the ceremony, I request everyone to silence your phones so that we can commence without any interruptions. Continuing, I now invite the dynamic and dedicated District Program Coordinator of Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026 as well as the NSS Program Coordinator here at the Central University of Kerala, Dr. S. Anbaragi, to deliver the
Democracy derives its strength from the informed participation and moral courage of its youth. A very good morning to all. It's my immense pride and deep institutional responsibility that I welcome you to the district round of the Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026, hosted at Central University of Kerala, the designated nodal institution for Kasaragod district. The Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026 is being conducted across 757 districts and union territories of India, making it one of the most extensive democratic youth engagements in the country. This entire national process is scheduled to be completed by February 2026, culminating in state and national level deliberations. We are honored that our university has been entrusted with a significant responsibility at the district level. Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, your visionary academic leadership and steadfast encouragement of youth engagement initiatives have made this platform possible at Central University of Kerala. We are deeply privileged by your presence and guidance. We welcome you, sir. We also welcome our respected Registrar in charge in absentia. We record our sincere appreciation for his academic support and felicitation extended to this program. With wholeheartedness, I welcome our beloved Dean of Students' Welfare, who is always supportive towards every initiative of NSS at Central University of Kerala. We welcome you, sir. Your structural coordination and careful adherence to national guidelines have ensured that this event maintains both procedural integrity and academic excellence. We warmly welcome you, sir. It's time to welcome our esteemed Nodal Officer of Viksit Bharath, Central University of Kerala, Dr. Gujjati Tirupati, sir. We welcome you, sir. We also welcome our Deputy Nodal Officer of Viksit Bharath, Central University of Kerala, Dr. Dharmendra Pratap Singh. Welcome you, sir. At this occasion, I would also welcome in absentia the District Youth Officer, Mr. Unni Krishnan sir, who is not here, who is in Wayanad to conduct the Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament. He encouraged us to do this at Central University of Kerala. Thank you so much for the support, sir. I would like to welcome all the NSS program officers, Dr. Sadanandam, Dr. Geeta, Dr. Muprati Vengana, Dr. Soumya, who were instrumental in making this event at Central University of Kerala. I would like to welcome our organizing secretary, Mr. Jampala Ganesh Ranadir. Thank you so much for your meticulous planning and dedicated coordination and tireless effort. Thank you, Mr. Ganesh. Thank you for that. So I would like to welcome all the participants who are here under my dedicated NSS volunteers. This event stands as a testament to our vibrant energy, teamwork, and unwavering commitment. The seamless execution of today's program reflects NSS volunteers' discipline and collective spirit. My heartfelt congratulations to all the NSS team of Central University of Kerala for making this initiative a reality at Central University. I would like to give a brief thing about the program, about the event. The Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026 is a structured national initiative, and we got a registration of 117 through the My Bharat portal, and after that we have shortlisted across 42 students for this event. So out of this, in today's deliberations, the top 5 district awardees will be selected, and these 5 winners will represent Kasaragod district at the state level round, and further from the state level they will go to the national level. So thus today's marks the beginning of a progressive and prestigious journey from district to state and ultimately to national representation. So dear participants, as you take the floor today, speak with clarity, reason with evidence, and engage with dignity. Let your arguments reflect depth of understanding and respect for diverse perspective. Remember, true leadership not only in persuasive speech but in responsible thought. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of you for reaching this stage and wish you the very best. May your performance with confidence, integrity, and excellence come out in this competition. Yes. At the end, I wish you all the best, and at the outset I would like to welcome our jury members. The jury members we have with us retired Hindi master Kumaran Master, who is a Sahitya Academy winner. We welcome you, sir. Professor Saji, our IQAC director, is also one of the jury member who will be soon joining us. I would like to welcome our former Chief Vigilance Officer of Central University of Kerala and Professor Muthukumar Muthuswamy to the forum as one of the jury member. I would like to welcome Dr. Devi Parvati, Assistant Professor from Public Administration and Policy Studies, as one of the jury members. Thank you for accepting our invitation, Dr. Devi Parvati. I would like to welcome Master Sugumaran from Periya School. Thank you so much, sir. We welcome you, and he is also a parliamentarian award winner. Thank you, sir, for being our jury member. So once again, Central University of Kerala welcomes you all and wishing you all good luck for the next level. Thank you all.
It's with great pleasure that we warmly welcome Dr. Anbarigi, the District Program Coordinator of Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026. Her dedication and leadership have been instrumental in shaping this meaningful platform. Ma'am, we are truly honored by your presence with us today, and we thank you for welcoming the gathering.
Now it is time for the lighting of the lamp. The light symbolizes knowledge, wisdom and empowerment. May this light guide our efforts to build a Viksit Bharath. May I request our honorable dignitaries to kindly come forward for the lamp lighting ceremony.
Thank you, everyone. Kindly be seated. I now invite the guiding force for students' welfare at the Central University of Kerala, Professor Dr. Rajendra Pilankata, Dean Students' Welfare, to offer the felicitation address.
Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir and President of this function, Professor Sidhu P. Algur, and the main person, the charming coordinator, NSS coordinator, Dr. Ambarigi Madam, and Dr. Gujati Tirupati Sir, and Dr. Dharmendra Pratap Singh Sir, and Mr. Jampala Ganesh Randhir Sir, and respected jury member Sugumaran Sir and Kumaran Sir, and my dear colleague Professor Muthukumar Sir, and NSS program officers, NSS volunteers, my dear participants, and my dear colleagues, a warm good morning to all of you. First of all, I feel very proud and happy to be here in front of you in this momentous occasion, which actually aiming at the most important goal of our nation, that Viksit Bharath. We know that the moment we hear the term Viksit Bharath, we feel kind of energetic. The reason is we are looking forward 2047, and we will be living in a place with the, we can tell before the world that we are living in a developed nation. Of course, it is not a small task. We know that great challenges are there, because in the outset I can tell a 2.25 trillion economy, USD economy, we have to reach like 30 trillion. It is not a small task. Way back, I remember in our own state, Kerala, there was a Saksharata mission, and to achieve 100% literacy. I remember same kind of that momentum during my school days. I remember that Saksharata mission. Maybe it is a smaller version, as our Honorable Prime Minister mentioned in many occasions. It is like a second freedom fight kind of thing, where with which only we can actually reach the goal, Viksit Bharat. And when we see the Viksit Bharat, there are several pillars. In that, the first pillar is Yuva. You know that Yuva is youth, and that is one of the main pillar. Being a country where young population is almost 65% of our total population, if you take, they are below the age of 35. So this makes a lot of sense, especially the role of Yuva becomes more significant than any other pillar. If you take Mahila, if you take farmer, like that, so many pillars are there. Of course, teachers also one of the main pillar. If you see all pillars which is required for the Viksit Bharat, I feel the most important pillar is, as our Swami Vivekananda long back, years back, envisioned to awake our youth for the development. Actually, now this mission where we are going ahead for the 2047 Viksit Bharat, the role of youth becomes very predominant. The meanwhile, what we feel that the local development, as a person who belongs to Kasaragod, I could say that Viksit Bharat, one of the pillar is here only what we are standing here, that is our Central University of Kerala. When we think impact at local level, and think ignite in the local level, impact in the global level. And the same thing many our leaders told, our none other than missile man told Abdul Kalam ji, science, technology is local, science is universal. That is another version actually. So we now in front of our eye, we can see our own district, because this district level meet. I know that many of you people will be definitely reaching to national level, I am very sure, because Kasaragod is very potential place for the, very, eminent people. So many lists are there. And, you know that the whole Devi Parvati madam is here. She may be knowing better. The Kasaragod is very famous for our fundamental right amendment, Keshavananda Bharati versus, Supreme Court of India. There is a structural change actually brought by the case filed by here Keshavananda Bharati is few kilometers away. So I don't think any IAS officer can complete their training without studying this case. That's what I heard from some of the IAS colleagues also. So Kasaragod has a lot of importance. So district level, when we think, that's what think locally, act globally. And we are actually contributing the sustainable development goal also along with that actually. So we know that if you see every year, I don't know, every year whenever the UN report comes in a sustainable development goal, I actually look into the development where we are. Actually, we can see that out of 17 goals, we are doing a great ahead. I mean, especially first one is no poverty, and health sector, life on earth, life on land. I mean, all climate action, everywhere we are actually developing very fast. And our Yuva is actually, because of their startup mission, you know, we know that now 125 unicorn companies are there in India. And we jumped into the innovation index up to 39, you know. And the major challenge, I would say, the main youth role, probably sitting in a very rural area, I can tell that the digital divide, when because whole world is moving ahead with the cognitive technology and quantum technology development, then youth main role will be to bridge the gap of digital divide, where again I am quoting Abdul Kalam, the famous quote, that is PURA, provide urban facility in rural area, then only Viksit Bharath is possible. There youth has a major role to play, especially bridge the gap of digital divide. It is like, again, Saksharata mission kind of thing, again, digital divide, how can bridge? Because if you take the total population, around, I think, 20% of the people, around 37 crore people, I believe it is below, age of 29. And you see, 97% of people are using mobile phone, but the skilling in AI and future digital economy also, it is revolving around that, how far we are actually doing something in a rural area, like the place like Kasaragod and interior, further rural area, how we can contribute. Actually, Yuva can contribute to the development by bridging this digital divide. Actually, that is going to be a big challenge, as well as it is an opportunity for playing a major role for building the nation. Viksit Bharath. Actually, I know that I don't want to extend further. So, because it's an interesting topic, I told a few things. I know that sir also busy. I am also, working with in his support, and I wish all the very best for this program. Hope we can meet sometime in some place. Okay. So, wish you good luck. Let all the the opportunity, let it come in front of you to reach national level, and wish you all the very best. Wish you all the very best for the program. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and motivating words. It is now my proud privilege to invite the visionary academic leader and the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Central University of Kerala, Professor Sithu P. Algur, to formally inaugurate the district-level speech competition of Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026 and to deliver the presidential address. Sir, may I request you to kindly inaugurate the program by watering the plant and address the gathering. Thank you to all the dignitaries.
The inaugural ceremony of Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026 of Kasaragod districts. On this occasion, the dignitaries on the dais, Professor Rajendra Pilangata, my colleague and good friend of mine, and the Dean Student Welfare, Dr. S. Sambalgi Madam, as you are all aware, and it has already been mentioned that very dynamic, highly respected, loved faculty on the campus, Dr. Gujjati Tripathi, Dr. Dharmen Pratap Singh, Dr. Ganesh, the respected juries, distinguished guests, faculty members, dear participants, and my dear student friends. A very good morning to all of you. Well, I consider it's a great honor to be a part of this excellent, wonderful, and very apt function to inaugurate. So, I take this opportunity and say that with a great, immense pleasure, I inaugurate the district round of the Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026 at the Central University of Kerala, designated as the Nodal Institute for Kasaragod District under the aegis of Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India. Friends, as we are all aware that Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament is a landmark initiative aligned with the vision of the Viksit Bharath 2047. As Professor Rajendra said, that by 2027, the Bharat is going to become the developed nation. I consider that more than me, the younger generation, you should be proud and honored to be a part of the developed country rather than developing country. We have spent, all the juries and the people who are sitting on the dais, we were always called as the representatives of the developing nation, not the developed nation. But I'm sure and confident that we don't have to wait till 2047 to become Viksit Bharat. Though the Prime Minister of India has aligned this with the 100-year celebration of our independence. By 2047, we are celebrating 100th years of our independent India. By then, his dream and wish is that we should become a developed country. So therefore, the kind of the demographic is existing on our country, as I said, nearly 60 to 65% of the youth who are contributing for the development of the nation. So therefore, I'm sure that before 2047, we will become a developed country. It provides, that is Viksit Bharat Youth Parliament provides a vibrant democratic platform for the youth who are aged between 18 to 25 to deliberate on the issues of the national importance, nurturing constitutional values, leadership qualities, critical thinking, and more importantly, are responsible citizens. Well, I consider that the theme of the Kasaragod district, the district round, 50 years of emergency, a lesson for Indian democracy, which invites thoughtful reflection on one of the most defining phases of our democratic journey. I know that most of the participants, nearly 50 participants who are participating in the Kasaragod district deliberations, none of you were born when the emergency was imposed. We are all witnessed a part of the emergency process. So you will be revisiting the emergency, reminding us the strength of our Constitution, the resilience of our institutions, and the shared responsibility of the citizens in safeguarding the democratic principles. I am proud that my university, that is Central University of Kerala, has been entrusted the responsibility as one among the 757 districts across the country participating in this initiative. I appreciate the dedicated efforts by the organizing team, more importantly led by the dynamic leader Dr. S. Ambalgi, the district program coordinator, VBYP 2026 Kasargodu, and NSS program coordinator, for securing the prestigious opportunity for our university. I am proud of her as well as her team, supported by Ganesh, District Organizing Secretary and NSS Program Officer, along with the NSS volunteers, for their meticulous coordination and teamwork. I have seen she keeps on posting the pictures, videos, whatever the work has been entrusted to Ambalgi Madam, always she keeps updating. And the best part with any administrator is, if we find such a faculty on my campus, the responsibility of the leaders will be rest assured. I don't have to worry about anything that, so they will take care of that. So she belongs to that category. My compliments and appreciation to her. And along with that, I extend my sincere gratitude to our distinguished jury panel, Sri Kumaran KV, the retired Hindi master and a Sahitya Academy award winner, sir. So on behalf of CUK, once again, I welcome you. Professor Muthu Kumar, good friend of mine, former vigilance officer, Professor of Environmental Science, Central University of Kerala, Professor Saji, who will be joining shortly, the Director IQSC, Central University of Kerala, Dr. Devi Parvati, the youngest jury, I suppose, the Assistant Professor, Department of Public Administrator and Policy Studies, Sri Kumaran P., Higher Secondary School teacher, Piriya Government School, and Parliamentarian Coordinator awardee as well. So, sir, we are honored to have all of you here to assess, judge, and select the top 5 without any bias. My first compliments to all those 42 or nearly 50 students who are being shortlisted. You can consider yourself that already you are ahead of nearly 200 students who have not got selected, or other 150 who are being left out. So you don't have to worry too much about whether you will become a part of the 5 or not. So you can consider you are a part of the participants, wherein there will be a lot of good deliberations which will be going on. So there will be a lot of learning which will be taking place on this. So therefore, their collective expertise and the immense intellectual depth and deliberation and credibility to this evaluation process by the juries. So therefore, I would like to also place on record our sincere appreciations to My Bharat for conceptualizing and coordinating this national-wide initiative. Friends, as we approach the centenary of India's independence, as I said, in 2047, the vision of Viksit Bharat calls for a nation that is economically strong, socially inclusive, technologically advanced, environmentally responsible, and deeply rooted in constitutional values. This is not merely a government program, it is a collective national mission. Through initiatives such as Viksit Bharat Youth Parliament under the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, the Government of India places the immense trust in the intellectual strength and moral responsibility of our youth. Programs like this are not merely competitions, they are leadership laboratories where ideas are shaped, perspectives are sharpened, and democratic values are strengthened. To the participants, you are the future policymakers, administrators, educators, innovators, and leaders. Let your thoughts be informed, your debates respectful, and your commitment to the nation unwavering. To the faculty and the audience, let us continue to nurture the spaces of critical thinking and constructive national discourse. Let this youth parliament not conclude as an event, but continue as a mindset of participation, responsibility, and nation-first commitment. With these words, once again, I formally inaugurate the district round of Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026 Kasargodu. Thank you, and thank the organizers for being a part of this wonderful deliberations which we will be deliberating. I consider myself little unfortunate because of my administrative work. I may not be able to listen all of you. As Madam said, it is available on the YouTube. Whenever I find time, definitely I assure you that I listen whatever the deliberations you are making. Hope that through your deliberations, there will be a lot of learning for me as well to understand on the theme what you are speaking all about. With this, once again, wishing all the best for all the participants. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and enlightening inaugural address. Now, it is time to felicitate our Honorable Vice Chancellor with a show and memento. May I request Dr. Gujati Tirupati, Nodal Officer Viksit Bharath of Central University of Kerala, and Dr. Dharmendra Pratap Singh, Deputy Nodal Officer Viksit Bharath, Central University of Kerala, to do the honor.
Thank you, sir. To formally conclude this ceremony, I invite Mr. J. Ganesh Ranadhir, our committed District Secretary of Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026, to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good morning, everyone. It is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks in this meaningful occasion here at Central University of Kerala. I sincerely thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Sidhu P. Algur, for inaugurating this program and for his inspiring and visionary address. Sir, your words have a truly motivated and guided us. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Professor Rajendra Pilangata, sir, Dean of Students' Welfare, for his continuous encouragement and support. I extend my heartfelt and respectful thanks to Dr. Tirupati, sir, Nodal Officer, and Dr. Dharmendra Pratap Singh, sir, Deputy Nodal Officer, for their presence. With special appreciation, I acknowledge the tireless efforts of Dr. S. Ambalgi, ma'am, District Program Coordinator. Ma'am, your dedication, planning has been, we are deeply grateful for that. I also thank our PRO, Sujit sir, for his valuable coordination and support. I would like to express our sincere gratitude to esteemed jury members for accepting our invitation and being present with us today. Your time, expertise, and fair evaluation add credibility and value to this program. I feel proud to acknowledge our energetic NSS volunteers. Your discipline, teamwork, and spirit of service has truly made this program vibrant and successful. You live the motto, not me, not you. My sincere thanks to all the faculty members, staff, IT section, technical team, and my dear participants, all of you, for your presence. In the end, I'll thank God for His blessings on us and on our university. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for the heartfelt expression of gratitude. We also thank you for guiding us and working tirelessly for making this program a success. I kindly request everyone to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
As we draw to the conclusion of this inauguration, let us carry forward the fire we ignited here today. You, the youth of India, are the architects of Viksit Bharath, and we wish you all the very best for the competitions and deliberations forward. It is now time for the photo session. We request everybody to gather outside.
Vegama, Vegama.
Welcome you, sir. Professor Muthukumar Muthuswamy. We are honored to introduce Professor Muthukumar Muthuswamy, Professor in the Department of Environmental Science and the former Chief Vigilance Officer here at the Central University of Kerala as a valued member of our jury. He acquired a PhD from Anna University and has contributed significantly to climate change, renewable energy and environmental research, guiding numerous PhD scholars and leading major funded projects. His research and leadership make him a distinguished presence on our jury today. We welcome you, sir.
Professor Saji TJ in absentia. We are honored to introduce Professor Saji TJ, Director of IQAC and Dean of the Department of Commerce and International Business at Central University of Kerala. As a distinguished member of our jury, With over 19 years of experience in teaching and research in finance, financial economics and international business, he has guided doctoral scholars, published extensively and led funded projects supported by ICSSR and UGC. His academic excellence and leadership make him a valued presence. We welcome you, sir.
Dr. Devi Parvati. We are honored to introduce Dr. Devi Parvati, Assistant Professor in the Department of Public Administration and Policy Studies here at the Central University of Kerala as a valued member of our jury. She holds a PhD in Politics, Service Organizations and Modernizing Government Program in Kerala and has conducted research on the internationalization of higher education. Her expertise spans public policy, gender issues, urban governance, climate change and women in governance, making her a distinguished presence here on our jury today. We welcome you, ma'am, to this program.
Mr. Sugumaran P. We are in honor to introduce Mr. Sugumaran P, High Secondary School teacher at Peria Government School and a Parliamentarian Coordinator Awardee as a valued member of our jury. With over 27 years of teaching experience in economics and social science, he has inspired the young minds through innovative teaching, civic engagement, and leadership programs. His dedication and achievements make him a distinguished presence on our jury today. We welcome you, sir.
Now we will be discussing the instructions for the jury first. The topic of today's speech competition is 50 Years of Emergency, Lessons for Indian Democracy. The preferred language for participation will be Hindi, English and Malayalam. Each participant will be given 3 minutes to speak on the topic. 5 participants from all the participants will be qualified for the next level, that is a state level championship round. Assessment criteria will be based on content relevance, well-researched, factual and relevant points addressing the assigned topic. Then clarity and structure, logical flow and organization with a clear introduction, body and conclusion. Then verbal communication and your body language, effective verbal delivery with stronger emphasis and modulation will be taken into consideration. Innovation and creativity, unique and insightful approach to the topic. Then language and fluency, command over the language of your preference, correct pronunciation and fluent speech will be taken into consideration. Adherence to time, effective use of the allotted 3 minutes without significant deviation should be maintained. In case of a tie between 2 or more candidates with the same score points, the spontaneous question relevant to the topic will be asked for a quick, adept and relevant response which will be evaluated out of 10 points. ജൂറിക്കുള്ള നിർദ്ദേശങ്ങൾ മലയാളത്തിൽ. വിഷയം അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയുടെ 50 വർഷങ്ങൾ ഇന്ത്യൻ ജനാധിപത്യത്തിനുള്ള പാഠങ്ങൾ. ജില്ലാതല വികസിത് യൂത്ത് പാർലമെന്റിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്ന മത്സരാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് ഹിന്ദി, ഇംഗ്ലീഷ്, മലയാളം തുടങ്ങിയ ഭാഷകളിൽ സംസാരിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. ഓരോ മത്സരാർത്ഥിക്കും സംസാരിക്കാൻ 3 മിനിറ്റാണ് നൽകിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഉള്ളടക്കത്തിന്റെ പ്രസക്തി 20 മാർക്ക്. വ്യക്തത, ഘടന, വാക്കാലുള്ള ആശയവിനിമയം, ശരീരഭാഷ, ഉള്ളടക്കത്തിന്റെ പുതുമയും ക്രിയാത്മകതയും, വാക്കുകളുടെ ഒഴുക്കും പദശുദ്ധിയും, സമയം പാലിക്കൽ എന്നിവയുടെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ മൊത്തത്തിൽ 100 മാർക്കിനാണ് വിലയിരുത്തൽ. 5 മത്സരാർത്ഥികളാണ് സംസ്ഥാന തലത്തിലേക്ക് യോഗ്യത ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് നേടുന്നത്. ടൈ ബ്രേക്കർ റൂൾ, റൗണ്ടിൽ 2 അതിലധികമോ മത്സരാർത്ഥികൾ ഒരേ പോയിന്റുകൾ നേടിയാൽ വിഷയവുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട സ്വതസിദ്ധമായ ഒരു ചോദ്യം വേഗത്തിലുള്ളതും സമർത്ഥവും പ്രസക്തവുമായ പ്രതികരണത്തിനായി ചോദിക്കുകയും അത് 10 മാർക്കിൽ വിലയിരുത്തപ്പെടുന്നതുമാണ്. നന്ദി.
Rules for the participants. Youth to participate in youth parliament must be between 18 to 25 years of age. Topic: 50 years of emergency, lessons for Indian democracy. The preferred language for participation will be English, Hindi and Malayalam. Each participant will be given 3 minutes to speak on the topic and will be assessed on the following matrix such as content relevance, clarity and structure, verbal communication and body language, innovation and creativity, language and fluency and adherence to time. 5 participants will qualify for the state's championship round. മത്സരാർത്ഥികൾക്കുള്ള നിർദ്ദേശങ്ങൾ. യൂത്ത് പാർലമെന്റിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്ന മത്സരാർത്ഥിയുടെ പ്രായപരിധി 18 മുതൽ 25 ആണ്. വിഷയം അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയുടെ 50 വർഷങ്ങൾ, ഇന്ത്യൻ ജനാധിപത്യത്തിനുള്ള പാഠങ്ങൾ. ജില്ലാതല വികസിത് യൂത്ത് പാർലമെന്റിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്ന മത്സരാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് ഹിന്ദി, ഇംഗ്ലീഷ്, മലയാളം തുടങ്ങിയ ഭാഷകളിൽ സംസാരിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. ഓരോ മത്സരാർത്ഥിക്കും സംസാരിക്കുവാൻ 3 മിനിറ്റ് നൽകുന്നതാണ്. ഉള്ളടക്കത്തിൻ്റെ പ്രസക്തി, വ്യക്തത, ഘടന, വാക്കാലുള്ള ആശയവിനിമയം, ശരീരഭാഷ, ഉള്ളടക്കത്തിൻ്റെ പുതുമയും ക്രിയാത്മകതയും, വാക്കുകളുടെ ഒഴുക്കും പദശുദ്ധിയും, സമയം പാലിക്കൽ എന്നിവയുടെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ മൊത്തത്തിൽ 100 മാർക്കിന് വിലയിരുത്തൽ. 5 മത്സരാർത്ഥികൾ സംസ്ഥാന തലത്തിലേക്ക് യോഗ്യത നേടുന്നതാണ്.
With that, we conclude the instructions. Hope you are clear about the instructions. If you have any doubt, please clarify it. എന്തെങ്കിലും സംശയങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് ക്ലാരിഫൈ ചെയ്യാൻ മറക്കരുത്. കോമ്പറ്റീഷൻ തുടങ്ങിയതിന് ശേഷം നമുക്കതിൽ വേറെ മാറ്റങ്ങൾ വരുത്താൻ സാധിക്കുന്നതല്ല. ഏജ്, നിങ്ങളുടെ ടോപ്പിക്ക് എല്ലാം ഉറപ്പുവരുത്തേണ്ടതാണ്. So now that we are beginning the competition officially, we request all the participants to wait outside. Each one of you will be called in according to your chess number, and you will be alone here with the jury for your speech. But right now we will be having a tea break. Please make sure that the chess number 1 and 2 will be here without much delay so that we can begin the participation.
So we are about to begin. So I request chess number 1, judges please note. Chess number 1 on the
Hello. Vacate the thrones, for the people are coming. Honorable members of the jury, respected dignitaries, and my worthy audience, these powerful words resonate profoundly when we revisit one of the most defining chapters in the history of our republic. On the night of 25th June 1975, the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, on the advice of the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, the President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed proclaimed a national emergency under the Article 352 of the Indian Constitution. What followed was a remarkable period in which the fundamental rights were suspended, political leaders were detained, press censorship occurred. Constitution remained, but the spirit was constrained. Civil liberties, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of personal liberties were curtailed. Press functioned under censorship. Political opposition leaders were detained. Power became vested in the executive while institution checks weakened. On the 50th year of emergency, it stands out not merely as a political episode but as a constitutional lesson. First, it teaches us the necessity of vigilance. Democracy do not Democracy do not collapse, they erode gradually. Second, it shows the importance of strong institution, an independent judiciary, a free press, and a free press. Third, the emergency shows us the importance that the fundamental rights are not the privileges granted by the state. They are the constitutional guarantees that promotes the individuals for the protection of their rights. When these are suspended, it shows how fragile the liberty can be. As we mark 50 years of emergency, the lessons remains. It shows that democracy is not self-sustaining. It demands for institutional integrity, constitutional restraint. Emergency was the test to our constitution, to our institution, and to our collective conscience. The enduring lesson is that power must always be accountable and freedom must never be taken for granted. Because in the democracy, thrones are temporary and the people are permanent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judges, please note chess number 2 on the dice.
Slept, the Indian democracy faced one of its greatest tests. The darkest chapter of our democracy was written not in ink but in silence. On this day, President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed, at the behest of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, declared a national emergency under Article 352 of our Constitution, citing internal disturbance. The emergency was preceded by a series of social, economic, and political challenges. The early 1970s saw inflation, economic stagnation, widespread dissatisfaction, and shortage of essential commodities. In 1975, the Allahabad High Court found Prime Minister Indira Gandhi guilty of electoral malpractice and disqualified her from her office. At the same time, the streets of Bharat echoed with the voice of resistance, led by Jayaprakash Narayan calling for a total revolution. Law challenged authority, people challenged power. India now stood at the edge of an unprecedented decision. Following the proclamation, civil liberties were severely proclaimed. In Articles 358 and 359 were invoked, resulting in suspension of fundamental rights under Article 14, 19, 21 and 22 of our Constitution, affecting equality before law, freedom of speech, personal liberty and protection against detention. Several opposition leaders were also arrested. Constitution of India is not merely a document, rather it is a promise made to the people of India. And in 1975, that promise was put on trial. Yet, when the freedom was tested, democracy did not break. It endured and emerged stronger. The emergency was lifted on 21st March 1977, leading to a formation of new government. The 44th Constitutional Amendment further strengthened the democratic safeguards. Democracy left an indelible mark on India's social and political landscape. It reminded us the fragility of democratic institutions and also the indispensable role of a free press, independent judiciary, and a strong system of checks and balances. Power may try to silence a nation, but the voice of people cannot be erased. Democracy doesn't fade. It fights, it learns, and it triumphs. Indian democracy showed the world that it knows the way, it shows the way, it goes the way, because it is the way. Thank you.
Sorry for the delay. She will be joining right now. Judges, please note chess number 3 on the stage.
Yes, sir. All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Respected dignitaries, last year, that was 2025, was a 50th anniversary of what is the darkest period in India's democratic history. Now, the 1975 emergency was in no way the first national emergency to be declared in India. It is in fact the third national emergency. But what made it so dark was that the previous national emergencies did not bother with civil liberties at all. Those are all financial emergencies. The 1971, I think, was the Bangladesh Liberation War. In that time, the second national emergency was declared, and in 1962, the first national emergency was declared. Civil liberties weren't bothered. However, in the third time, it was issued under internal disturbance by then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Internal disturbance. The civil liberties were significantly bothered. That's an understatement, actually. Everything, judicial procedures, media, newspapers, everything was censored to serve the government's point of view, whatever it may be. Power was cut to the presses. It was a disaster. It's a democratic disaster. That's what it was. Some argue that it was in fact necessary to do this to avoid potential chaos as a result. But still, hundreds of thousands, or maybe even more than 100,000 people were jailed, were detained under many acts such as the Prevention of Smuggling Act, the Defense of India Act, and the many other acts. hundreds of thousands of people, and without the due process of law, that is. The media was completely censored, judicial proceedings were censored, there was no process of law. If they want to arrest, they will arrest and take you away. That was the thing that was happening there. It was completely gone, everything. The lessons, there were lots of lessons to take away from this, including the people who died. 1.07 crore sterilizations were done across India. 1.07 crore sterilizations, causing reportedly about some 1,774 deaths. Reported, that is reported. How many deaths really happened? We don't know. It's a disaster. And it's a key reminder that we, as the people of India, always hold the power to review our government, to review that if the rights, our rights, the civil rights are being honored by our government, whether they respect us, we have to do that. I view it as really important that Prime Minister Modi pointed out that we should honor those who raise a voice for democracy during that dark time. It's in fact the darkest stain on Indira Gandhi's legacy, this incident. And yes, we should keep an eye out for more of such things happening and prevent it at its root. I can't speak much further. Thank you. I'm concluding my speech. So much.
Judges, please note chess number 4 on the stage.
Good afternoon, respected judges. I'm glad that I got an opportunity to present myself on the topic 50 years of emergency that taught the Indian democracy. Today, as we hold the threshold of Viksit Bharath, India is considered as one of the largest laboratory of democracy in the world. As the scientists say, we learn our lessons from past failed experiments. 50 years ago, correct exactly, on the midnight of June 25th, 1975, the sun set prematurely on our Indian democracy. As we know, emergency period is not just a political event, but it is considered as the constitutional dropout or a constitutional blackout. For 21 months, our fundamental rights were suspended. For 21 months, the freedom of the media was suspended. The rule of law was replaced by the rule of decree. Why we, the Gen Z of India, should discuss today? It's because the emergency period taught us 3 important lessons, which is considered as the pillar towards our journey through 2047. The first lesson: institutions are the armor of liberty. As we know, the first lesson that we learned from the emergency was how the institutions lost its power. Institutions like the Election Commission, the media, the judiciary. Democracy is in the hands of these 3 powers. A developed India should not be always relied on the high-speed rails or digital transaction. It should be how an institution can say no, or how a robust institution can say no when the power is misled or the power is misused. As we are going to make a 30 trillion economy, we should upgrade our social integrity as our strongest currency. The second one is, dissent is the lifeblood of progress. On 1975, silence was mandated. But when it comes to Viksit Bharath, comes to now period, we should consider that constructive criticism is not anti-national or anti-development. It acts as the catalyst that will lead to the development of a nation. A nation that debates is a nation that innovates. So we should consider a proper opposition or a proper criticism from any kind of part or any kind of people. So every small voices should be heard in the grand halls of the New Delhi. The third one is vigilance. Youth should be the permanent member of the vigilance. During 1975, the emergency period, youth, the civilians were considered as the main part. They played a major role to get rid of that era. They are the reasons why now we are here. So, my fellow delegates and everyone, I hope we should withhold our constitution powers and constitution rights and duties to mandate and to encourage to develop a Viksit Bharat. That's it. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Judges, please note chess number 5 on the stage.
Respected judges, good afternoon to all. Today, I'm standing here to take all of us back 50 years to 1975. On the night of 21st June 1975, the world's largest democracy fell silent, not because its citizens had nothing to say, but because they found themselves not allowed to speak. On that night, Government of India, under the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, declared a national emergency, and with that single decision, over 600 million people found their fundamental rights suspended. Thousands of leaders were arrested without trial, newspapers were censored, and truth was controlled, and fear replaced freedom. But that story didn't end there. In 1977, after 21 months of darkness, and after countless political pressure and loss of public support, Indira Gandhi government finally decided to stop that emergency and announce the general election. And there, Indians proved the magic of democracy. They voted, they spoke up, and they restored democracy on their own terms. They elected Janata Party led by Moraji Desai as their new government and proved that in democracy, people will always have more power than those who ruled them. The emergency of 1975 taught us 3 major lessons, and that include, first one, in democracy, we should never take our freedom for granted. And second one, democratic institutions must always remain independent. And third, people, and especially us youth, should always be vigilant, because democracy doesn't exist on doesn't exist on paper, and it exists in the minds and courage of its citizens. And even after these 50 years, this emergency still remains highly relevant, both as a warning and as a lesson. A warning on how all of these freedom that we experience right now can be lost, and a lesson on how powerfully that can be regained. And I am here to remind all of us that we, the youth of India, are not just mere inheritors of this democracy and history, but we are its future protectors. And so for that, let us ensure that never again will the voice of India be silenced, and let us ensure that never again will fear overpower freedom, and let us ensure that never again the voice of India, the spirit of democracy and its power will never be outpowered by that of the authority. And by this, I am concluding. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Judges, please note chess number 6 on the stage.
Good afternoon, honorable judges, respected members, and my fellow representatives of India's future. Today, exactly 50 years ago, the idea of India didn't just flattered, it just came from the eclipse. Today, on the 25th June 1975, the India regime it turned from the republic to a regime, where we learned about under the Article 325, the residents when they faced the emergency. But today, as we are standing in the house, we didn't look at the 21 months of the emergency, but the scars that have a modern resilience on our democracy, and the scars that have a city and the constitutions of India, that we looked back and we resilience the freedom, that not the lesson that the constitution of India have learned, that democracy is not just a destination but it's a designation. Then the lessons that we learned is an executive research where the word decentralized is weaponized when the armed rebellion, where we learned about that the armed rebellions, we don't put that. And the thing that the lesson that we did, it's a judiciary, where we don't flatter the situation, and the lesson that a vital lesson that we learned is the Indian people, the voters, where the Indian marginalized, unlettered, the situation have placed the Indian voters, where we just marginalize the Indian our rights that we have. Today in 2026, we have the marginalized and a fragile democracy, where we don't do that back and we don't look back. Today we have the rights that no one, a single signature could proclaim the thousands of people. And thank you.
One more minute is left.
So today in 2026, and we as a youth of the country, we have a pledge that the sun on the great land will never rise and never will set again. And this is thank you.
Judges, please note chess number 7 on the stage. You will be provided with 3 minutes, a starting bell after completing 2 minutes, a warning bell, and after completing the 3rd minute, a final bell.
Only the constantly aware becomes the protectors of freedom. Greetings to everyone. I am Sri Lakshmi K. Nair, and today I am here to speak to you very simply, very honestly, as if we are having a real conversation. Because 50 years of emergency is not just a topic, it is a reminder. Let us imagine for a second. You woke up one day and suddenly the freedom has no sound. Newspapers cannot print the truth, people cannot speak freely, leaders are arrested, and the rights disappear as if they never existed. This is what India lived through in 1975. In the 21 months of the emergency under the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, the lessons of the emergency must last longer than the duration. So here comes our first lesson, that the freedom needs awake citizens. If we are not alert, we cannot protect our freedom. And under those 21 months, India learned how quickly rights can be restricted, silence can be spread, and how important it is for the citizens to understand what is happening around them. And awareness does not mean anger. It simply means understanding what is happening around them. It simply means reading carefully, listening carefully, and thinking before believing something as truth. Because democracy is not something that runs on autopilot. Because democracy is not that something runs on autopilot. It is something that survives only because of the ordinary citizen. The Constitution gives us the right to vote, the right to speak, the right to question. The Constitution gives us the right to vote, the right to express, the right to question. But these rights are only strong till we value for them. If we take them for granted, then these rights do not have any strength in them. So, in the 21 months of the emergency, now, today, the real question is not what happened 50 years ago. The real question is, are we aware? Are we aware of our rights? Are we participating as responsible citizens? Because what we learned from those 21 months is that maybe the India system is fragile, but hopefully the democracy always returns to ordinary people. The democracy or the freedom does not always disappear loudly. Sometimes it fades away quietly because people don't listen to them. And that is why I began with the line, only the constantly aware becomes the responsible or become the powerful protectors of freedom. Thank you. Jai Bharat.
Judges, please note chess number 8 on the stage. Participant, please listen. You will have 3 minutes of entire speech time. First bell will rung and you will start your speech. At the second minute, you will get a warning bell, a single bell, and the final bell will be a double bell.
Good morning, esteemed dignitaries. 50 years ago, on the midnight of June 25, 1975, India had woke up into a reality it had never known before. Under the signature of President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed and the advice of Indira Gandhi, the nation had undergone into a national emergency. The immediate trigger for this was the Allahabad High Court judgment that invalidated Ms. Gandhi's election. This resulted in the systematic breakdown of the system, and the emergency, as we look back into the emergency, it was not just a date in the history. It was a period of internal violation in India. As we look at the emergency, it was not a political move. It was a documentation of human rights violation. First of all, the press freedom was strangled. The electricity power to the presses were cut down at the very first midnight. And also, 110,000 people were arrested, including leaders like Morarji Desai, Jayaprakash Narayan, and Adal Bihari Vajpayee. And also, under the Dicronian Act of Maintenance of Internal Security Act, the emergency teaches us a lot of lessons, and one of that is the human rights violation. Regarding this, a 44th Amendment was introduced, where Article 20 and 21 was introduced, where a right to life and liberty was there, where there was, even under the emergency period, the rights cannot be violated. And also, the federal system of India is one of the things that we can learn from emergency, because the federal system gives a safety valve to the power structure. And also, the independence of the institution is the next lesson we have to learn from emergency. As I'm concluding my speech, I have to say is that as we look into the emergency, it's actually, we have to be vigilant regarding the liberty we have now. We have to be aware that how we got this liberty, and we have to be right to our democracy. Thank you.
Judges, please note, chess number 9 on the stage. General instructions, you will be getting 3 minutes. Out of the 3 minutes, the first, you may begin your speech at the first bell. You will get a warning bell at the second minute and a double bell at the final minute.
എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ നമസ്കാരം. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഏവർക്കും അറിയാം, നമ്മുടെ ഇന്ത്യ എന്ന മഹാരാജ്യം ഒരു ജനാധിപത്യ രാജ്യമാണെന്ന്. എന്താണ് ജനാധിപത്യം? ഈ ജനാധിപത്യം എന്ന് കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ എനിക്ക് ഓർമ്മ വരുന്നത് എൻ്റെ സ്കൂളിൽ പഠിച്ചൊരു വാചകമാണ്. അതിങ്ങനെയാണ്: ജനങ്ങൾ ജനങ്ങൾക്കു വേണ്ടി ജനങ്ങളാൽ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കപ്പെടുന്ന ഭരണരീതിയാണ് ജനാധിപത്യം എന്ന എബ്രഹാം ലിങ്കൻ്റെ വാക്കുകളാണ്. യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ അത് തന്നെയാണ് ജനാധിപത്യം. ജനങ്ങളുടെ ഇച്ഛാശക്തിയും അവകാശങ്ങളും മാനിക്കപ്പെടുന്ന ഒരു ഭരണരീതി. ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ജനാധിപത്യ രാജ്യമായ നമ്മുടെ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ ഒരു കാലത്ത് ഒരു അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഇന്നിവിടെ സംസാരിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത് അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയുടെ 50 വർഷങ്ങൾ, ഇന്ത്യൻ ജനാധിപത്യത്തിൻ്റെ പാഠങ്ങൾ. യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ ആ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കാനുള്ള കാരണം, അന്നത്തെ ഒരു കാലഘട്ടം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ ഇന്ത്യയിലെ പല ഭാഗങ്ങളിൽ നിന്ന് രൂക്ഷമായ രാഷ്ട്രീയ പ്രക്ഷോഭങ്ങളും ജനപ്രക്ഷോഭങ്ങളും എല്ലാം പല ഭാഗങ്ങളിലായി ഉയർന്നിരുന്നു. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ സാമ്പത്തിക സ്ഥിതിയും നമ്മുടെ ഇന്ത്യയുടെ സാമ്പത്തിക പ്രതിസന്ധിയും വളരെ മോശത്തിലായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ഇതെല്ലാം മുൻനിർത്തിക്കൊണ്ട് അന്നത്തെ പ്രധാനമന്ത്രിയായ ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധി ഇന്റേണൽ ഡിസ്റ്റർബൻസ് എന്ന നിലയിലാണ് ആ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചത്. ആ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ സംഭവിക്കുന്നത് 1977 ജൂൺ 25 മുതൽ 1975 മുതൽ ജൂൺ 25 മുതൽ 1977 മാർച്ച് 21 വരെയായിരുന്നു ആ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. പിന്നെ അന്നത്തെ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ എന്ന് കിട്ടിയ പാഠങ്ങൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, നമ്മുടെ ജനാധിപത്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് വെറും ഒരു അധികാരത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലല്ല, നമ്മുടെ പൗരന്മാരുടെ വോട്ടവകാശം കൂടി നമുക്ക് എന്നതുകൂടിയാണ് ജനാധിപത്യത്തിൻ്റെ ശക്തി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. പിന്നെ ഇന്ത്യ ശക്തമാകുന്നതിന് മുന്നേ ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ജനാധിപത്യം ഒരു ശക്തമാകണം. അപ്പോൾ താങ്ക് യു, നന്ദി.
Judges, please note chess number 10 on the stage. Instruction for the participant. You will begin the speech with the starting bell. After completing 2 minutes, you will be giving a warning bell. And in the final minute, you will be given a double bell.
Excuse me, could you please repeat? Instructions, please.
Like you will be given 3 minutes, start with the starting bell. After completing 2 minutes, you will be giving a warning bell. After the 3 minutes, you will be giving a double bell.
Good morning, everyone. Democracy rarely disappears. It starts fading away when we stop protecting it. 50 years back from now, India went through a dark age in its history, where its democracy was put to severe test. On 12th June 1975, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi declared emergency on the grounds of internal disturbance by the Article 352 of the Indian Constitution. This was a period when the fundamental rights, including the right to speech and expression, was effectively curtailed, and various policies, including the forced sterilization, which was led by Sanjay Gandhi, was imposed. Press censorship was imposed, and the people were not allowed to carry on with their freedom. So, during this period, many political leaders, prominent, especially opposing leaders, including Jayaprakash Narayan, were arrested, and many controversial laws and policies were carried out, including and various elections were postponed. So, even though the emergency has these negative sides, it gives us some lessons, some very invaluable lessons which we got from the emergency. First of all, it made the Indians convinced that democracy is not just about individuals, it is also about the institutions. Even a government, a well-developed or well-organized government can lead a country to problems, into chaos, if left unchecked. Also, another lesson which we got from the emergency is that every law, even if it is in the Constitution, should not be left unchecked. Every laws and every policies should be mentioned precisely so that those things are not misused, just like the clause of internal disturbance. Thirdly, another lesson which we got from the emergency was that we citizens are the guardians of democracy. If we did not guard it, no one else will. So we are supposed to guard it with all our might. Even if there will be government, there is executive, there is bureaucracy, but we are the people who constitute this. We select them, they do not select us. Another major lesson is that we should be aware of our rights and our freedom. What is our freedom, what is our rights, and what is our duties? Even if the representatives go beyond their rights, even if the representatives make laws that curtail our rights, we should fight against them. We should raise our voice against them. So the emergency is not just about the curtailment of rights, it's also about restoring them. So emergency, it gave us a very great lesson. So by the 44th Amendment of 1977, in the Parliament, they made a structural adjustment in the clause of internal disturbance so that it is not misused again. So it makes us clear that whenever we have this democracy is ours, we ought to guard it. We citizens ought to guard it. Thank you.
Judges, please note, chess number 11 on the stage. Instructions for the participant. You'll be having 3 minutes. The speech will begin at the first bell. At the 2-minute mark, you will receive a warning bell, and a double bell will be there for the final minute.
हिमाद्री तृंग श्रृंग से प्रबुद्ध शुद्ध भारती स्वयं प्रभा समुज्ज्वला स्वतंत्रता पुकारती। आदरणीय विचारणगण एवं मुझे सुनने वाला हर श्रोता, आज मैं आपके सामने एक ऐसी विषय पर साझा करने आया हूँ जो भारत की इतिहास की एक काला सच है। जब इतिहास को, भारत की स्वर्णिम इतिहास को निकाला जाएगा, तब भारत के इतिहास की एक ऐसा पन्ना है जो भारत के इतिहास की काला पन्ना समझ जाता है। 25 जून 1975 पूरा विश्व एक स्वतंत्रता के आगे बढ़ रहा था, तब भारत के ऊपर एक काला साया मंडरा रहा था। उस काला साया को आपत्तिकालीन एक ऐसा सच आके हमारे आगे खड़ा हो गया जिसको हमारी पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी जी ने लगाया था। आपत्तिकालीन परिस्थिति सिर्फ एक परिस्थिति नहीं, ये लोकतंत्र की एक परीक्षा थी जो हमारी आस्था, संस्था और संविधान के ऊपर लगाया गया था। जब आपत्तिकालीन परिस्थिति हमारे देश के ऊपर लगाया गया, ये बस हमारे लोकतंत्र को पूरा झंझोड़ने के लिए कोशिश किया गया, पर लोकतंत्र खुद अपनी आत्मा और आस्था के साथ खुद को बहुत सारी चीज सीखने के लिए आया। आज मैं आपके सामने 4 विषयों पर आलोचना करने आया हूँ। पहला विषय, लोकतंत्र सिर्फ कुछ कागज की पन्ना नहीं, यह देश के 140 करोड़ जन साधन को लेते हुए आगे बढ़ने वाला एक न्याय व्यवस्था है, जहाँ पे जन यानी लोग सबसे ऊपर और सबसे ऊंची इमारत पे रहने वाले लोग हैं। और दूसरा, जब संस्थाओं की बात आता है, यानी जब एक सरकार के अधीन जब संस्थाओं की बात आता है, तो सरकार के आगे संस्थाओं ने घुटने टेक देते हैं। पर जब 1975 के बाद जो आपातकालीन परिस्थिति लगाया गया, उसके बाद 44 संवैधानिक व्यवस्था की ओर एक नया परिस्थिति आया, जहाँ पे संस्थाओं को एक अच्छे से मूल्यांकन के साथ उनको सम्मान दिया गया। तीसरा, मीडिया की मूल्यांकन, यानी मीडिया देश की एक ऐसी इमारत है जो देश के 140 करोड़ देशवासियों की आवाज बनता है, सारा विश्व को अपनी आवाज सुनाता है। यानी अगर एक मीडिया बिक गया तो देश आधा बिक गया। तो इसी के साथ मैं ये बोलना चाहूँगा कि मीडिया की जो प्राधान्यता दिया जाने वाला था उसको वहाँ पे नहीं दिया गया था, और 1975 के बाद जो भी हुआ तब देश की मीडिया को प्राधान्यता दिया गया। और आखिर में सबसे मूल्य विषय कि जनसाधारण की संस्था, आस्था और विश्वास को सबसे अग्राधिकार देने वाला चीज, यानी जब देश की संस्था, आस्था और विश्वास के बात आता है, तब देश एक अच्छी सी इमारत पर खुद को खड़ा रखता है। जब देश की बात आता है तो हर देशवासी की ये पहला कर्तव्य है कि हम देश के लिए खुद आगे बढ़ के आए। और सबसे मूल्य बात यह है कि आज 50 साल बाद हम लोग इसके ऊपर चर्चा कर रहे हैं। अगर आज हम इसके ऊपर चर्चा नहीं करेंगे, आज से 50 साल बाद हमारे ऊपर प्रश्न आएगा कि हमने क्यों चर्चा नहीं किया। तो इसी के साथ मैं एक आखिरी बात के साथ अपनी बात यहाँ पे खत्म करना चाहता हूँ कि लोकतंत्र लोग की बात है, लोगों की तंत्र है। तो आप हमारे साथ आज यहाँ पे एक संकल्प लेते हैं, देश के लिए आगे बढ़ते हैं, देश की लोकतंत्र के लिए आगे बढ़ते हैं, संविधान को आगे बढ़ते हुए देश को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। और जो काला इतिहास हमने देख चुके हैं वो कैसे आगे नहीं होगा, इसके लिए हम तहे दिल से आगे आएंगे। नमस्कार, धन्यवाद, जय जगन्नाथ।
Judges, please note chess number 12 on the stage. Instruction for the participant. You will be given 3 minutes. You will begin the speech with a starting bell. After completing 2 minutes, you will get a warning bell. After completing 3 minutes, you will get a double bell.
Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. ധർമ്മത്തെ ആര് സംരക്ഷിക്കുന്നുവോ അവരെ ധർമ്മവും സംരക്ഷിക്കും. നമസ്കാരം. ഇന്ത്യക്ക് സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം ലഭിച്ച് 3 പതിറ്റാണ്ടുകൾ തികയുന്നതിനു മുൻപ് ലോകത്തിലെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ എഴുതപ്പെട്ട ജനാധിപത്യ ഭരണഘടന ജനിച്ച് 30 വയസ്സ് പൂർത്തിയാക്കുന്നതിന് മുൻപ് ഒരു രാത്രി പിന്നിട്ട് ഒന്ന് ഉറക്കമെഴുന്നേറ്റപ്പോൾ ഇന്ത്യയിലെ എല്ലാ പൗരന്മാരും ഞെട്ടലോടെയാണ് ആ വാർത്ത കേട്ടത്. തങ്ങൾക്കിനി നാവില്ല, തങ്ങളിനി മൗനം പാലിക്കണം. ഈ വാർത്തയറിഞ്ഞ മാധ്യമ സ്ഥാപനങ്ങളും ഒന്ന് ഞെട്ടി. പക്ഷേ വാർത്ത പുറത്തുവിടാൻ സാധിക്കില്ല. കാരണം തങ്ങളുടെ മേൽ എന്തൊക്കെയോ വിലക്ക് വന്നിരിക്കുന്നു. തങ്ങളുടെ വൈദ്യുതി വിച്ഛേദിക്കപ്പെട്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്നലെ വരെ പ്രസംഗിച്ചു കൊണ്ടിരുന്ന എല്ലാ നേതാക്കന്മാരും ഒരു രാത്രി കൊണ്ട് ജയിലറകളിൽ അടയ്ക്കപ്പെട്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. എന്താണ് സംഭവിച്ചതെന്ന് ലോകം മനസ്സിലാക്കുമ്പോഴേക്കും നിയമം നടപ്പിലായി കഴിഞ്ഞിരുന്നു. ഇതായിരുന്നു അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ. 21 മാസം നീണ്ട അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയുടെ കാലം. എന്തിനായിരുന്നു ജനാധിപത്യത്തിലൊരു കറുത്ത അധ്യായമായി അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ വന്നത്? നമ്മുടെ ഇന്ത്യൻ ഭരണഘടനയിൽ 3 സാഹചര്യങ്ങളാണ് അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയ്ക്ക് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളത്. അതിലൊന്ന് യുദ്ധം, 2 പുറത്തു നിന്നുള്ള പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ അഥവാ എക്സ്റ്റേണൽ അഫയേഴ്സ്, 3 ആഭ്യന്തരമായ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ. 1975 മുൻപും ഇന്ത്യയിൽ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. അത് പക്ഷേ യുദ്ധത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലായിരുന്നു. എന്നാൽ 1975 ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധിയുടെ സർക്കാർ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചത് ആഭ്യന്തര പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ കാരണങ്ങളായി പറഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ്. അന്നത്തെ ഇന്ത്യൻ സാഹചര്യം എന്തായിരുന്നു എന്ന് അന്വേഷിച്ചാൽ കേന്ദ്ര സർക്കാരും സുപ്രീം കോടതിയും തമ്മിൽ പല കാര്യങ്ങളിലും ഉരസലുകൾ നിലനിന്നിരുന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും. ആ ഉരസലിൻ്റെ തുടർച്ചയാണ് അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ എന്നുകൂടി അന്വേഷണത്തിലൂടെ നമുക്ക് തിരിച്ചറിയാം. ഒരുപക്ഷെ ചില സ്വാർത്ഥ താല്പര്യങ്ങളല്ലേ ഈ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയ്ക്ക് കാരണമെന്നുകൂടി സംശയിക്കാവുന്നതേ ഉള്ളൂ. അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയുടെ പ്രത്യാഘാതങ്ങളിലേക്ക് ചെല്ലുമ്പോൾ ഒന്ന്, പത്രമാധ്യമങ്ങൾക്ക് വിലക്കേർപ്പെടുകയും മുതിർന്ന നേതാക്കൾ ജയിലടയ്ക്കപ്പെടുകയും ചെയ്യുക മാത്രമല്ല, ഭരണഘടനയിൽ ചില ഭേദഗതികളും ആ കാലത്ത് ഉണ്ടായി. അതായിരുന്നു 42ാം ഭേദഗതി. 42ാം ഭേദഗതി പ്രകാരം ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ഫണ്ടമെന്റൽ റൈറ്റ്സിനൊപ്പം തന്നെ അടിസ്ഥാന കടമകളും ഭരണഘടനയിൽ നിലവിൽ വന്നു. ഇത്തരത്തിൽ പല ഭേദഗതികളും അതിലുണ്ടായി. മാത്രമല്ല പാർലമെന്റിന്റെ കാലം 5 വർഷത്തിൽ നിന്നും 6 വർഷത്തിലേക്ക് ഉയർന്നതും ഈ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ കാലത്തിലാണ്. ശേഷമുണ്ടായ ഒരു കാലം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഈ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയുടെ പാഠം ഉൾക്കൊണ്ടിട്ടുള്ളത് തന്നെയായിരുന്നു. അതിന് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഉദാഹരണമാണ് ജനാധിപത്യത്തിലുണ്ടായ അടുത്ത പൊതു തിരഞ്ഞെടുപ്പിൽ സർക്കാർ ഇറങ്ങുകയും കോൺഗ്രസ് ഇതര ഭരണം നിലവിൽ വരികയും ചെയ്തത്. ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധിയുടെ സർക്കാർ ഇറങ്ങിയത് ജനാധിപത്യത്തിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ അടയാളമായി ഇന്നും നിലനിൽക്കുന്നു. ആ പാഠം ഇന്നും എന്ത് ഉൾക്കൊണ്ടു എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ, ഇന്നും മാധ്യമപ്രവർത്തകർ സത്യം പറഞ്ഞതിൻ്റെ പേരിൽ ജയിലിൽ അടയ്ക്കപ്പെടുകയോ ദുരൂഹമായി മരണപ്പെടുകയോ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ഇന്ത്യൻ സാഹചര്യം ഇന്ന് നിലനിൽക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് കാണാൻ സാധിക്കും. അത്തരം സാഹചര്യത്തിൽ എവിടെയാണ് പാഠങ്ങൾ ഉൾക്കൊണ്ടതെന്നത് ഒരു ചോദ്യചിഹ്നമായി മാത്രം നിൽക്കുന്നു. നന്ദി.
Judges, please note, chess number 13 on the stage. Instructions for the participant. You'll be given 3 minutes. You'll start your speech with the first bell. A warning bell will be given at the 2nd minute, and a double bell will be given at the final minute.
Respected jury members and dignitaries, India's democratic journey has been inspiring, but not without shadows. And no shadow has been darker than the night of 25th June 1975, when the largest democracy of the world was put under the Constitution suspended rule. On that night, President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed, on the advice of the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, invoked the Article 352, citing internal disturbances, which meant giving immense power to the executive for governing without regular parliamentary oversight. This was followed a volatile climate where growing protests were led by leaders like Jayaprakash Narayan, mass strikes, and a controversial Allahabad High Court ruling which found Prime Minister's elections irregularities in Prime Minister's elections, which could have been resolved through elections
or parliamentary meetings was triggered for an emergency, and through which for the next 21 months, newspapers were censored, opposite political parties, opposite political leaders were jailed without trials, and the freedom of the press were curtailed. The fundamental rights of the citizens were curtailed. And this led to the question of the amendment of constitutional norms. In our nation, in the Constitution, Article 352 explains the situations where emergency can be declared. Though we already had emergency declared 2 times before this, this was the first time where the nation saw an emergency for internal disturbances, and which led to the immense power concentrated onto one hand, which led to the inadequacies and taking of power for granted. From this, after 50 years, we have been given the lesson for not taking constitution for granted and not checking and not being we could not only just depend on the constitutional framework. We should amend, and checks and balances should be issued. And this gives a reminder that constitutional framework alone, without checks and balances, cannot be moved forward. Thank you.
Judges, please note chess number 14 on the stage. Instructions: you will be getting 3 minutes. You will start the speech with the first bell. You will receive a warning bell at the second minute and a double bell at the final minute.
ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട വിധികർത്താക്കളെ നമസ്കാരം. ഇന്ത്യൻ ചരിത്രത്തിലെ അത്യന്തം ഗൗരവമേറിയ ഒരു അധ്യായം 1975 അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ അഥവാ ദ എമർജൻസി പീരീഡ്. 1975 ജനുവരി 25 ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധിയുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ അന്നത്തെ രാഷ്ട്രപതി അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചു. രാജ്യത്തിൻ്റെ കറുത്ത ഒരു നീണ്ട അധ്യായമായിരുന്നു ഇത്. കേവലം 1-2 ദിവസങ്ങളല്ല, നീണ്ടു നിൽക്കുന്ന 23 ദിവസം. 1977 മാർച്ച് വരെ ഇത് നീണ്ടുകൊണ്ടേയിരുന്നു. 1971 3-2 ഭൂരിപക്ഷത്തിൽ വിജയിച്ച ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധി തൻ്റെ ഭരണത്തിനെതിരായി വന്നിട്ടുള്ള ആശയങ്ങളെ, ആദർശങ്ങളെ, വിദ്വേഷങ്ങളെ നേരിടാനായിട്ടായിരുന്നു ജനാധിപത്യത്തെ മണ്ണിട്ട് മൂടിയിട്ടുള്ളത്. അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ ഇതിൻ്റെ മുന്നേ സംഭവിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിലും അത് യുദ്ധ കാരണങ്ങളാണെങ്കിലും 1975 തികച്ചും വ്യത്യസ്തമായിരുന്നു. 1975 അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധി വൻ ഭൂരിപക്ഷത്തോടുകൂടി വിജയിക്കുകയും ലോക്സഭാ ഇലക്ഷനിൽ വിജയിക്കുകയും അതിനെ തുടർന്നുണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഇലക്ഷൻ പ്രചാരണത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധി ഭരണസ്വാധീനം ഉപയോഗിച്ചു എന്നതിൻ്റെ പേരിൽ അലഹബാദ് ഹൈക്കോടതിയിൽ കേസ് കൊടുക്കുകയും ചെയ്തു. അതിനെ തുടർന്ന് 6 വർഷത്തേക്ക് ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധിക്ക് ഇലക്ഷനിൽ മത്സരിക്കാനുള്ള വിലക്ക് ഏർപ്പെടുത്തുകയും ചെയ്തു. ഇതിനെ തുടർന്ന് ജൂൺ 25 അർദ്ധരാത്രി അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കുകയാണ് ഉണ്ടായത്. ഇവിടെ നിന്നാണ് ജനാധിപത്യത്തിൻ്റെ അവസ്ഥകൾ ശിഥിലമാക്കപ്പെടുന്നത്. ഒരു ജനാധിപത്യ രീതിയിലൂടെ തെരഞ്ഞെടുത്ത ഭരണാധികാരി ഏകാധിപത്യത്തിൻ്റെ ചില രീതികൾ കാണിച്ചു തുടങ്ങിയ നിമിഷം ജനാധിപത്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് തികച്ചും ഒരു വോട്ടുകൾ കൊണ്ട് അവസാനിക്കുന്നതല്ല. ജനാധിപത്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യത്തെ സംരക്ഷിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ്, അനീതിക്കെതിരെ സംസാരിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. ആ സമയത്ത് ഒരുപാട് ആളുകളുടെ മൗലിക അവകാശങ്ങൾ ലംഘിക്കപ്പെടുകയും താൽക്കാലികമായി നിർത്തിവെക്കപ്പെടുകയും പ്രസ് സെൻസർഷിപ്പ് കൊണ്ടുവരികയും ചെയ്തു. അതുപോലെ വിദ്വേഷ പ്രചാരണം എന്ന രീതിയിൽ, രാഷ്ട്ര സംരക്ഷണം എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ ഒരുപാട് മാധ്യമങ്ങൾക്ക് വിലക്ക് ഏർപ്പെടുത്തുകയും ചെയ്തു. ഭരണഘടന എന്നുള്ളത് തീർച്ചയായും ഒരു രേഖരൂപം മാത്രമല്ല, അത് നമ്മുടെ അവകാശങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു അടിത്തറ കൂടിയാണ്. ജനാധിപത്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മൾ സംരക്ഷിക്കേണ്ടതാണ്. യുവജനങ്ങളായിരുന്ന നമ്മൾ ജനാധിപത്യത്തെ കാവൽക്കാരാകണം. ശക്തമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഇന്ത്യക്ക് ശക്തിയായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ജനാധിപത്യം അനിവാര്യമാണ്. നന്ദി.
Judges, please note chess number 15 on the stage. Instruction for the participant: you'll be given 3 minutes. Your speech will start with a starting bell. After completing 2 minutes, you'll be given a warning bell. After completing 3 minutes, you'll be given a double bell.
Respected dignitaries, teachers and my dear friends, a warm good afternoon to one and all present here. In history, there are some nations that do not stand still, but they continue. Can I start once more? Just give me 1 minute.
Judges, please note chess number 16 on the dais. Instructions for the participant: you will be given a total of 3 minutes. You will start with the first bell, you will be given a warning bell at the second minute and a double bell at the final minute.
Can I start? Good afternoon to one and all present here. 50 years. It has been 50 years since India witnessed one of the watershed moments of its political history. The emergency period, the implementation of India's emergency. The emergency is not just one of the darkest chapters of India's democracy. Rather, it was one of the moments when we understood how the political system and the institution could actually curtail one of the most vibrant democracies of the world. And I know that most of the discourses that are happening about the lessons to be learned from democracies, the lessons to be learned about emergency for Indian democracy will be centered around the discourses of press freedom, protecting fundamental rights and institutional accountability and so on. But when I'm standing in this pedestal, reminiscing about the 50 years of one of the most brutal and anti-democratic episodes in the Indian history, the lesson shouldn't be just peripheral, rather it should be precise and deep. The first and foremost lesson that needs to be learned is about how fragile the public trust can be during the period of emergency. The period of emergency did not just start at the night of 25th June 1975. It was actually the process wherein people started losing trust in the public institutions, wherein fear was actually rooted and planted in the public psychology, wherein all actions of government was supported in the name of national interest. Hence, the most fundamental lesson that we need to learn from emergency is to ensure that public trust and public accountability is not at all crossed in the name of any actions throughout the period. The second and most important lesson that we can learn from the emergency is about the political culture. We know that our constitution ensures an institutions that are constitutionally restrained. But during the period of emergency, we could find how all these institutions aligned with the political might and were able to oppress these people. So we need to ensure that any institutions that are existing are not just constitutionally restrained, but the values that are operating should be also able to restrain the political leadership and the institutions that are existing. And this can be only achieved through social audit, public scrutiny, and an active citizenry. The third and final important lesson that we can learn about emergency is the power of expression, the power of resistance. All the existing literatures and memoirs that we are able to read about emergency is through the works of people who were having the courage to resist, who were having the power to raise their voice. It is only through this power to resist that we can actually ensure that our democracy is protected. And there is an inherent power that exists in the resistance. That is through the power of mandate. It was in the elections of 1977 that the government witnessed a change. So the idea of voting also plays a major role in protecting democracy. Hence, I would like to conclude by saying that any democracy that needs to be vibrant should ensure that the core fundamental institutions and public trust and the idea of mandate and expressions are in curtail. So when we are actually stepping towards Viksit Bharath, we need to ensure that the vibrancy of democracy is ensured through public trust, proper social audit, and a system that does not fear resistance and supports any form of resistance. Hence, I would like to conclude by saying that let us all strive forward towards a democracy that is vibrant, where citizens are able to express their opinions and exercise their right without any form of fear or any sort of privilege. Because a vibrant democracy can only be created through essential citizenry participation and active citizen participation. Hence, I would like to conclude by saying that if you are actually moving towards a Viksit Bharat, there should be a vibrant democracy also. Because the vibrant democracy is actually the cornerstone towards a Viksit and Swasthya Bharat. By saying this much, I am concluding my short address on this 50 years of emergency and the lessons. Thank you.
Judges, please note, chess number 15 on the stage. Instructions for the participant once again. A total of 3 minutes will be given. You will start with the first bell, a warning bell at the second minute, and a final double bell will be there.
Good afternoon to one and all once again. In history, we will get stuck just like I got stuck before. So today we stand here not to remember a date. We stand here to remember a warning. We stand here to remember a moment when the world's largest democracy, India, got stuck in its emergency period. 50 years ago, on a midnight in June 1975, the constitution did not change, but its spirit got restrained. The emergency of 1975, under the leadership of Indira Gandhi, under the leadership of Indira Gandhi was a dark period for us. That time, that period also reminds us of a timeless truth that democracy is ever living. Democracy is not just the right to vote every 5 years. It is the right to vote without fear, to speak without punishment, and to silence without oppression. The emergency also taught us a great lesson that institutions are the backbone of democracy. When institutions stand firm, democracy stands stronger. But above all, it also reminded us that we are the guardians of democracy. 50 years ago, democracy taught us a major lesson. Today, after 50 years, democracy is watching us, so we must protect our nation. Thank you.
Judges, please note, chess number 17 on the stage. Instructions for the participant: you will be given a total of 3 minutes. You may begin at the first bell. You will be given a warning bell at the second minute, and you will receive a double bell at the final minute.
आदरणीय निर्णायक मंडल, श्रोतृगण और मेरे प्यारे युवाओं, आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। मैं श्रीनिवास गोविंद पई स्मारक सरकारी कॉलेज मंजेश्वर से। आज मैं यहाँ आपके सामने भारत के एक अध्याय में हुआ एक कराड़ा अध्याय, आपातकाल, और उसके 50वीं साल में हम उससे भारत के लोकतंत्र को क्या क्या कुछ सीख मिला, उसके बारे में मैं कुछ अपने योगदान देने जा रहा हूँ। हम सभी को पता है कि आपातकाल को 25 जून 1975 में इंदिरा गांधी, तब के प्रधानमंत्री, उन्होंने लागू किया था उस भारत के पूर्व अध्यक्ष फखरुद्दीन अली अहमद के हस्ताक्षर के साथ। इस दौरान बहुत कुछ हुआ हमारे देश में, सभी को पता भी है, मैं भी उसे और एक बार दोहराता हूँ। उस समय में भारत के हर एक नागरिक से उनके मौलिक अधिकारों को छीन लिया गया। भारत में बोलने को, जीने का भी हक लोगों के पास नहीं था, क्योंकि अगर सरकार को प्रश्न किया गया तो हम ही गलत हो सकते थे। मैं तब तो नहीं था, पर लोगों को सुना हूँ क्या बोलते हैं वो। ये भी कहा जाता है कि 2 करोड़ लोगों के ज्यादा नसबंदी किया गया था। विपक्ष के नेताओं को बिना कुछ कारण के गिरफ्तार किया गया, उन्हें बेहद गलत तरीके से क्या बोल सकते हैं, उन्हें देखा गया। मतलब एक कराल अध्याय को दर्शाता है कि हम भारत में होकर, भारतीय होकर कैसे इस भारत में जी चुके हैं उस आपातकाल के दौरान। परंतु ये आपातकाल हमें सिर्फ एक चेतावनी भी देती है, डरो मत, आगे बढ़ो, क्योंकि चेतावनी हमारी अच्छाई के लिए ही होता है। ये आपातकाल से बहुत सीख मिला, क्योंकि इस आपातकाल ने बोला हम युवा ही इस देश के शक्ति है। अगर युवा सटीक होकर आगे जाएंगे, अगर सरकार को सही तरीके से प्रश्न किया जाएगा तो हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं, हमारे देश विकसित की ओर जा सकता है। और एक बात इस दौरान मैं प्रकट करना चाहता हूं कि भारत में आपातकाल हुआ, इसे भारत पीछे नहीं रह गया, सिर्फ आगे ही जाता गया। इसके कारण ही आज भारत चौथी अर्थव्यवस्था है इस दुनिया में। इसलिए इसी दौर हम आगे बढ़ते जाते हैं और भारत को विकसित की ओर ले जाते हैं। और मैं आखिरी में हमारे युवाओं से एक बात कहना चाहता हूं कि तुम्हारा सिर झुकाने के लिए नहीं है, वो उठाओ और सीधा देखो, क्योंकि तुम ही हो इस देश के असली सत्ता। जय हिंद, जय भारत, धन्यवाद।
Judges, please note chess number 18 on the stage. Instruction for the participant: you'll be given 3 minutes. You'll start your speech in the first bell. After completing 2 minutes, you'll be given a warning bell. After the 3rd minute, you'll be given a double bell.
നമസ്കാരം. ഞാൻ ഇന്നിവിടെ പറയാൻ പോകുന്നത് അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയുടെ 50 വർഷങ്ങളും അതിൻ്റെ ഇന്ത്യൻ ജനാധിപത്യത്തിൻ്റെ പാഠങ്ങളുമാണ്. ആദ്യം തന്നെ നമുക്ക് പറയുമ്പോൾ ജനാധിപത്യം എബ്രഹാം ലിങ്കന്റെ പ്രശസ്തമായ വാക്കുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ തുടങ്ങാം. ജനങ്ങൾ ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി ജനങ്ങളാൽ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കപ്പെടുന്ന സംവിധാനമാണ് ജനാധിപത്യം. ഇന്ത്യയിൽ 3 തവണയാണ് അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. ആദ്യത്തേത് 1962 അത് ഇന്ത്യയും ചൈനയുള്ള തമ്മിലുള്ള ഇതായിരുന്നു. അത് ബാഹ്യാക്രമണം കാരണമായിരുന്നു അത് പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചത്. രണ്ടാമത്തേത് 1971 അതും പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചത് ബാഹ്യാക്രമണം കൊണ്ടായിരുന്നു. മൂന്നാമത്തേതാണ് ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധി പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ച 1975 ജൂൺ 25 അത് സഹായ കലാപം കൊണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് പറയുമ്പോൾ നമുക്കറിയാം, ഇന്ത്യയിൽ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഇരുണ്ട കാലഘട്ടമായിരുന്നു അത്. ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധി ഇലക്ഷനിൽ മത്സരിക്കുകയും അത് ദുരുപയോഗം ചെയ്തതെന്ന് രാജ്നാരായൺ കൊടുത്ത പരാതിയെ തുടർന്നായിരുന്നു ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധിയുടെ സ്ഥാനം പോകുമെന്ന് പറയുന്നായിരുന്നു ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധി സഞ്ജയ് ഗാന്ധി പറഞ്ഞതിൻ്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ ചെയ്തത്. അതിൻ്റെ ഫലം നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാം. പത്രസ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം ഇല്ലാതാക്കുക, മാധ്യമങ്ങളെ നിശബ്ദമാക്കിയത് കൊണ്ട് മാത്രമായില്ല, ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് സംസാരിക്കാനുള്ള അവകാശം ഉണ്ടാവണം. താങ്ക് യു.
Judges, please note chess number 19 on the stage. Instructions for the participant: you'll be
19.
Instructions for the participant: you'll be given a total of 3 minutes. You may start with the first bell. After 2 minutes, you'll be given a warning bell, and on the completion of the 3 minutes, you'll be given a double bell.
എൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട ജനാധിപത്യ വിശ്വാസികളെ, നിങ്ങൾക്കെൻ്റെ ഹൃദ്യമായ നമസ്കാരം. ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളെ അഭിസംബോധന ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത് ജനാധിപത്യ വിശ്വാസികളെ എന്നാണ്. ലോകം കണ്ടതിൽ വെച്ച് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ജനാധിപത്യ രാജ്യങ്ങളിലൊന്നാണ് ഇന്ത്യ. അതിലെ പൗരന്മാരാണ് നാം ഓരോരുത്തരും. ഗാന്ധിജി ജനാധിപത്യത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്: നിങ്ങളൊരു ഓട്ട മത്സരത്തിൽ പങ്കെടുത്ത് ജയിച്ചു എന്ന് കരുതുക. ജയിച്ചു എന്ന് കരുതാതെ മറിച്ച് നിങ്ങളുടെ കൂടെ മറ്റു ചിലർ ഓടിയിരുന്നെന്ന് കൂടി ഓർക്കുക. അതാണ് യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ ജനാധിപത്യം. യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ ജനാധിപത്യത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് പറയാൻ ഇതിലും നല്ല വാക്യങ്ങൾ ഇല്ലെന്നാണ് ഞാൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത്. 1971 ഇന്ത്യയിൽ നടന്ന പാർലമെന്റ് ഇലക്ഷനകത്ത് ഗരീബി ഹട്ടാവോ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സുപ്രസിദ്ധമായ മുദ്രാവാക്യം ഉയർത്തി ഇന്ത്യയുടെ തെരുവോരങ്ങൾക്കകത്ത് നിന്നുകൊണ്ട് പിന്നീട് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് ഹരിത വിപ്ലവത്തെ മുന്നിൽ നിന്ന് നയിച്ച് ഇന്ത്യ പാക് യുദ്ധത്തിനകത്ത് മുന്നിൽ നിന്ന് നയിച്ച ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ജനങ്ങളാകെ ഉരുക്കു വനിത എന്നറിയപ്പെട്ടിരുന്ന ഇന്ത്യയുടെ പ്രധാനമന്ത്രിയായിരുന്ന ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധി 1975 ജൂൺ 25 ഇന്ത്യക്കകത്ത് അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചു. പിന്നീട് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് 635 ദിനരാത്രങ്ങൾ, അതായത് കൃത്യമായി പറഞ്ഞാൽ 1975 ജൂൺ 25 മുതൽ 1977 മാർച്ച് 21 വരെ നീണ്ടു നിൽക്കുന്ന അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയുടെ കാലഘട്ടം യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ ഇന്ത്യൻ ജനാധിപത്യത്തിന്റെ ഇരുണ്ടു മൂടക്കപ്പെട്ട ദിനങ്ങളായിരുന്നു അതെന്ന് നമുക്ക് പറയാൻ വേണ്ടി കഴിയും. എന്തൊക്കെ അനിശ്ചിതത്വങ്ങളാണ് ഇന്ത്യക്കകത്ത് ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഈ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയുടെ മറവിൽ സുപ്രധാനമായ നിയമങ്ങൾ ഇന്ത്യക്കകത്ത് രൂപം കൊടുത്തു. അതിൽ ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ടതാണ് മിസ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഇന്ത്യയിൽ ജനാധിപത്യ ഭരണ സംവിധാനത്തിനെതിരെ വിരൽ ചൂണ്ടുന്ന ഓരോ ജനനേതാക്കളെയും തുറുങ്കിലടക്കുന്ന നിയമം നിലവിൽ കൊണ്ടുവന്നു. ഇവിടുത്തെ മാധ്യമ സംവിധാനങ്ങളെ ആകെ സെൻസർ ചെയ്യുന്ന രീതിയിലേക്ക് ഇവിടുത്തെ ജനാധിപത്യ സംവിധാനം മാറിക്കഴിഞ്ഞു എന്നുള്ളതാണ് അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ വേണ്ടി കഴിയുക. നമുക്ക് ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് ഉൾക്കൊണ്ടിട്ടുള്ള പാഠങ്ങൾ എന്തൊക്കെയാണെന്ന് നോക്കാം. ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ടത് ജുഡീഷ്യൽ സംവിധാനത്തെ പറ്റിയുള്ളതാണ്. നമ്മുടെ ജനാധിപത്യ രാജ്യമായ ഇന്ത്യ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നത് പ്രധാനമായിട്ടും 3 തൂണുകളിൽ നിന്നുകൊണ്ടാണ്. അതിലൊന്ന് ലെജിസ്ലേച്ചറാണ്, മറ്റൊന്ന് ജുഡീഷ്യറിയാണ്, മറ്റൊന്ന് എക്സിക്യൂട്ടീവാണ്. അങ്ങനെ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് അതിനെ ആക്രമിക്കുന്ന തരത്തിലേക്ക് ഇവിടുത്തെ സംവിധാനം പോയി. മറ്റൊന്ന് ഇവിടുത്തെ യൂത്താണ്. ഇവിടുത്തെ യുവാക്കളും യുവതികളും LD കോളേജിലെ ഹോസ്റ്റൽ ഫീസ് വർദ്ധിച്ചതിൽ നിന്ന് പിന്നീട് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ജയപ്രകാശ് നാരായണൻ ഉൾപ്പെടെയുള്ള നേതാക്കൾ പ്രവർത്തിച്ച ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ജനാധിപത്യ സംവിധാനത്തിന്റെ ചൂണ്ടിക്കാട്ടലുകളിലേക്ക് നീണ്ടുനിന്ന സുപ്രധാനമായ സമരങ്ങളിലേക്ക് മാറിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. മറ്റൊന്ന് മീഡിയയാണ്. LK അദ്വാനി പറഞ്ഞത് ഇങ്ങനെയാണ്: ഇന്ത്യയെ കുനിയാൻ ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടപ്പോൾ മറ്റു മാധ്യമങ്ങൾ മുട്ടിലെഴിഞ്ഞുവാണ്. അത്തരത്തിലേക്ക് മാധ്യമ സംവിധാനങ്ങളെ മാറ്റാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഇവിടെ ശ്രമിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. മറ്റൊന്ന് ലോ ആൻഡ് ഓർഡറാണ്. രാജ്യം ഉരുട്ടിക്കൊലപാതകങ്ങൾ ഉൾപ്പെടെയുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മുടെ കേരളത്തിനകത്തെ ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട നേർസാക്ഷ്യങ്ങളാണ് അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയുടെ. യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ നമ്മുടെ നിയമ സംവിധാനങ്ങളും ഭരണഘടനാ സംവിധാനങ്ങളും സുസ്ഥിരമായ സമാധാനത്തിനും ജനങ്ങളുടെ ക്ഷേമത്തിനും ഉന്നമനത്തിനും പ്രവർത്തിക്കേണ്ട സമയത്ത് നാം ഈ 50 വർഷക്കാലത്തെ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയെ എടുത്തു നോക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് കറുത്തിരണ്ട നാളുകൾ ഭരണസിരാകേന്ദ്രത്തെ നേർരേഖയിൽ നിന്ന് വ്യതിചലിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ജനത്തിനെ അടിമയാക്കുന്ന തരത്തിലേക്ക് മാറിക്കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളതാണ് ഈ അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ കാലഘട്ടം. ഏവർക്കും നന്ദി.
Instructions for the participant: you'll be given a total of 3 minutes. You may start with the first bell. At the 2-minute mark, we'll give you a warning bell, and then a double bell at the final minute.
Good evening, everyone. Article 352 emergency. ഒന്ന് അങ്ങോട്ട് പോയിട്ട് വാർ ചെയ്യലാണ്, പിന്നെ ഒന്ന് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വാർ വരുന്നതാണ്, പിന്നെ ഒന്ന് ഇന്ത്യയിലുണ്ട കലാപങ്ങളാണ്, പിന്നൊന്ന് നമുക്ക് ഈ എമർജൻസി നമ്മളെ പ്രസിഡൻറ്റിന് മാത്രമാണ് ഈ ഓർഡർ കൊടുക്കാൻ കഴിയും. പിന്നെ ഒന്ന് നമുക്ക് 2 ഇതുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, വാർ വന്നിരുന്നു. ഒന്ന് 1962 ഇന്ത്യൻ ചൈന വാറാണ്. അന്നത്തെ പ്രൈം മിനിസ്റ്റർ നെഹ്റുജിയാണ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. രണ്ടാമത്തെ വാറ് 1971 ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധിൻ്റെ സമയത്താണ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. അത് ഇന്ത്യയും പാകിസ്ഥാനുമായിട്ടാണ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. പിന്നീട് ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധി 1975 വന്നിട്ടാകുമ്പോൾ എമർജൻസി ശക്തമായി. പിന്നീട് ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധിക്ക് കുറേ ഒരു ഇത് കിട്ടി, വാറണ്ട് വന്നു, അറസ്റ്റ് ഇതെല്ലാം. അപ്പോൾ സുപ്രീം കോർട്ടിലേക്കാണ് പോയത്. അപ്പോൾ സുപ്രീം കോർട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് അന്ന് വെക്കേഷൻ ലീവായിരുന്നു. അന്ന് സൈഡ് ബെഞ്ചസ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ താൽക്കാലികമായ ഒരു വിധി വന്നു. സസ്പെൻഡായിരുന്നു, പാർലമെൻറ്റിൽ നിന്ന് ഇലക്ഷൻ സസ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്തിരുന്നു. പ്രൈം മിനിസ്റ്റർ പദവി അങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധിൻ്റെ. പിന്നീട് ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധി ഇലക്ഷന് തോക്കുന്നായിരുന്നു. ആ സമയത്ത് നോൺ ഗവൺമെൻറ് പാർട്ടിയാണ് ഇന്ന് വന്നത്. നോൺ ഗവൺമെൻറ് മെയിനായിട്ട് പറയാൻ കഴിയുന്നത് ഇതാണ്. മൂന്ന് എമർജൻസിയാണ്. അങ്ങോട്ട് പോയിട്ട് വാർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഇതാണ്. പിന്നെ ഒന്ന് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വാർ വരുന്നത്. പിന്നെ ഒന്ന് ഇന്ത്യയിലുള്ള കലാപങ്ങളാണ്. രാഷ്ട്രീയമായിട്ടും മറ്റ് ചില ഇതുമായിട്ടുള്ള കലാപങ്ങളാണ്. ഇത് എല്ലാം ഓർഡർ ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയുന്നത് നമ്മളെ രാഷ്ട്രപതിയാണ്. ആദർ ആണ് രാഷ്ട്രപതിൻ്റെ പേര്. താങ്ക് യു.
Judges, please note chess number 21 on the stage. Instruction for the participant. You will be given 3 minutes. You will start your speech in the first bell. After completing 2 minutes, you will be given a warning bell. In the final 3rd minute, we will be given a double bell.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am standing here. I am here to speak about 50 years of emergency, a lesson for Indian democracy. It teaches us even after 50 years. On 25th June 1975, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi declared a national emergency under Article 352. What followed was a 21-month period that declared, which forced citizens not allowing to courts, also forcing press to closed down and never allowed published newspaper without government approval. Fundamental rights were banned. The protests were held against government and the public were put silent. The citizens were not allowed to protest against government, and the government arrested opposition leaders and citizens who opposed them and sent them to jail. For most importantly, fundamental rights were banned and the judiciary was under pressure, and Parliament was given no chance for giving advice to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister Indira Gandhi set against the citizenship and tried to concentrate power at one place. Second, the fundamental rights were in conclusion, the government should not ban fundamental rights and suppress citizens' opinions and should not stay against the power of the people. In a democracy, the people holds the ultimate power to conduct elections and in a democracy, the people holds the most power and they can complain against the government or against courts without any hesitation if the government proves them if the government tries to suppress the fundamental rights and try to hide the mistakes that are done by the political leaders. The leaders must serve the people with their full mind and give them the exact exact opinions that they have promised, and they have to thank you.
Judges, please note, chess number 22 is on the stage. Instructions for the participant, there will be a total of 3 minutes. You may start with the first bell, there will be a warning bell at the 2 minutes mark, and a final double bell on the conclusion.
Just once more, please. Nyayena vina na rajyam, adhikarena vina na gauravam. Without justice, there is no peace. Without rights, there is no dignity. Respected jury and audience, my heartfelt greetings. Imagine we are waking to a morning where there is no right to speak, there is no right to walk, there is no right to protest. Civil liberties got abandoned and newspaper magazines went blank. Article 32, the heart of the Indian Constitution, got brutally attacked and paralyzed by 352. Yes, the dark days in Indian democracy, the emergency period. If I'm speaking in the afternoon in 1975, I won't be speaking in front of you. And we won't be discussing about the democratic principles. Probably I will be in the jail and you will be in your home with zero information. This period revealed how institutions are compromised if the constitutional morality is weakened. This is the first lesson we should learn from this period. And Indian democracy is resilient always. In 1977, people gave their own verdict through ballot, not through bullet. This is the power of Indian democracy. Right to speech and expression and personal liberty is not an obstacle for governance, but this is the very essence of legitimate and democratic governance. We are the citizen of India that echoed that the sovereignty of this holy country lies in our hands. We the people of India. Respected audience, democracy is not self-executing. It only remains when institutions are independent, judiciary is fearless, and the press are free, and the opposition is respected, and so on. This Samvidhan Hatya should not happen ever and again. And we know darkness never lasts forever. Democracy is in our hands. The people of India will always speak for that. This Samvidhan Hatya remains as a stark reminder of how democratic institutions can be fragile. If the power is concentrated, if the institutional checks are eroded, and the society is diverse. Are we aware of our rights? Are we aware of the information and our rights and duties? It's 2026 and right to freedom, but women are still struggling. It tried to internet, but the tribes and marginalized is still not aware. It's our responsibility as an informed and educated citizen to spread the very essence of democratic principles in our society. Democracy is always resilient, as I mentioned. Jai Bharat, Jai Samvidhan, Jai Prajatantra. Prajatantra is always higher than Rajniti. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Judges, please note chess number 23 on the stage. Instruction for the participant: you will be given a starting bell. After completing 2 minutes, you will be given a warning bell. In the 3rd minute, you will be given a final bell.
Good afternoon, jury member. Myself, Gyan Prakash from Central University of Kerala. Today I am here to give a speech on 50 years of emergency. Democracy never collapses in a single night. It collapses slowly when fear gets stronger than freedom. 50 years ago, India witnesses one of the most controversial period of its history, the emergency declared by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Fundamental rights get suspended, press get compromised, institutional get compromised, opposition leader get detained in the name of preventive law. Today I am here not just to say that this is a dark chapter, but this is not just a dark chapter, but the uncomfortable truth is that no democracy fails because of one single leader. It fails when institutions get compromised. It fails when people, citizens start getting silence over getting responsible. If we want to get Viksit Bharath by 2047, then we have to not just focus on the economic growth. We have to focus on other things also. Like we have to make our institutional strength, make our press speak freely, make them responsible, make the citizen, most important is citizen. We have to be responsible for each and every thing. Thank you.
Judges, please note chess number 24 on the stage. Instruction for the participant: you can begin your speech with a starting bell. After completing 2 minutes, you will be given a warning bell. In the final minute, you will be given a double bell. Please don't disclose any kind of personal information while speaking.
Esteemed judges and distinguished audience, 50 years ago, in June 1975, the light of Indian democracy witnessed the most formidable eclipse, the imposition of emergency. It was a moment when our constitution, the very soul of the nation, was silenced. The fundamental rights were suspended. The press was gagged. The halls of liberty were constrained. Today, as we gather under the banner of Viksit Bharat 2047, we see that a country where we actually raise a voice, we has a voice, and the dignity, the liberty that citizens had back then was silent somewhere. The emergency of 1975. The emergency of 1975 shows that excuse me, just a minute.
Judges, please note chess number 25 on the stage. Instruction for the candidate. You will start the speech with a starting bell. After completing 2 minutes, you will be given a warning bell. In the 3rd minute, you will be given a final bell. You should not disclose any kind of personal information while speaking.
Good afternoon to all. Honorable Chairperson, esteemed dignitaries, and my fellow delegates. Today, I am raised to speak on a defining chapter in the history of Indian democracy, 15 emergency. On 25th June 1975, the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi declared a national emergency under Article 352 of the Constitution. What followed was a 21-month period that tested by a soul of our republic. The next, fundamental rights were suspended, and also opposition of leaders imprisoned, and press freedom was curtailed, and democratic dissent was suspended also. Then next, for a nation that learned its independence through immense sacrifice. Thank you.
Judges, please note chess number 24 on the stage.
Esteemed judges and distinguished audience, 50 years ago, in June 1975, the light of Indian democracy witnessed the most formidable eclipse, the imposition of emergency. It is a moment when our constitution, the very soul of the nation, was silenced. The fundamental rights were suspended. The halls of liberty were constrained. The media, the press was gagged. Today, as we gather under the banner of Viksit Bharath 2047, we are not just looking back at history, we're distilling the wisdom that is required to secure our future. The emergency of 1975 presents and ensures that it is permanent, and it's a cautionary beacon that it reminds us that democracy is not a self-sustaining mechanism or a machine, but a fragile garden that requires a constant, vigilant cultivation of every generation. The lessons of 1975, the emergency taught us that when the guardrails of our democracy, the legislature, the executive, the judiciary, remains or is not indistinct or not independent. The crisis is short when it is not independent. The citizen becomes vulnerable. And as well as, we know that for a Viksit Bharat or for an independent country, we don't just need a distinct and independent institution. Plus, for a Viksit Bharat, we just don't need more infrastructure. What we need is a stronger and transparent, more transparent institution that is immune to individual whims. Secondly, when we look and when we have understood the indispensability of an informed and responsible press, that is, the media, when media is silenced, the responsibility dies. In the age of digital information, we the youth must be the guardians, the new guardians of truth. And finally, the elections of 1977. The elections of 1977 proved the world that Indian voter is the ultimate judge. No power is permanent and no government is beyond control. And this ensures the bedrock, and this remains the bedrock of our constitution, our democracy. And ladies and gentlemen, when we envision Viksit Bharat, a developed India by 2047, we are not just looking for, or let us resolve that Viksit means more than just a thriving economy. I mean, it means an economy that ensures or gives the citizens the place where they actually deserve and never silence their voices. By this, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you.
Judges, please note chess number 26 on the stage. Instruction for the participant. You'll be given 3 minutes. You will begin your speech with starting bell. After completing 2 minutes, you'll be given a warning bell. In the 3rd minute, you'll be given the final bell. You should not disclose any kind of personal information.
We will remember the date June 25, 1975 has just a date. But I will ask you guys to remember it as a moment where the strength of Indian Republic was truly tested. Back 15 years ago, we know that Indian democracy has faced a temporary eclipse, but later it has been moved on. But when we check it forward, when we look forward, when we look into the backward, we understand we should not be lambent. We should be checking to the undestructible spirit of our constitution. And we are in the era. But there was once an era where the era was filled with crisis. But later the era was moved, and we are in the current era, the era of Viksit Bharat. A warm salutation to distinguished judges and visionaries of New India. 3 fundamental lessons we have been taken forward for 2047. The first and the foremost one: structural fortification. The democracy, when we look, there was a thing. It should be legally bullet point. And next, when we look to the fundamental rights of the Amendment 44, it clearly states that the fundamental rights, right to life, should not be suspected again. From this, the people or the state has got thing that the citizens or the subjects of their states are protected under the law. The second, the shift of development from discipline. Back later, there was a narrative that all the people should be enclosed discipline. But now, today, we have been reformed it, or we have been replaced that inclusive development. We know that the development doesn't happen, or we haven't learned that development doesn't happen when we are in silence. It happens only when sabka saath, sabka vikas, when the active citizen holds the process. The third, but not the least, infrastructural maturity. We know that in our country, there were fragile development to the global leader. Our infrastructure, our institution, and our election commission has become the backbone, or it became the benchmark of the global. I would like to say one thing. There might be lots of things happen in our past. But when we look to that, it should be sharpening us. That's a Jai Hind.
Judges, please note just number 27 on the stage. Instruction for the candidate. You will be provided with 3 minutes. You can begin your speech in the first bell. After completing 2 minutes, you will be given a warning bell. After completing 3 minutes, you will be given the final bell. You should not disclose any kind of personal information in your speech.
लोकतंत्र कोई उपहार नहीं बल्कि एक रोज की लड़ाई है। जहां शब्द रोके जाते हैं वहीं पर समस्या खड़ी होती है और जहां समस्या रोकी जाती है ठीक वहीं पर सत्ता फिसल जाता है। इतिहास छिप सकता है लेकिन उसके घाव नहीं। और आपातकाल ने तो हमें यह भी सिखाया है कि चुप्पी भी अपराध के बराबर है। आदरणीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, निर्णायक गण एवं सभी श्रोतागण को मेरा सादर भरा प्रणाम। आज मैं यहाँ 50 वर्ष के बाद आपातकाल के विषय पर अपना सोच साझा करना चाहती हूँ। ये न केवल एक घटना है बल्कि उसके साथ ही साथ एक आईना, एक चेतावनी या फिर मैं यूँ कहूँ कि एक सीख के तौर पर यहाँ प्रस्तुत करना चाहती हूँ। मैं एक उदाहरण के तौर पर शुरू करूँगी। अगर मैं आपसे कहूँ कि आपके घर पे जो दूरदर्शन है वहाँ पे बस आप वही देख सकते हैं जिसका अनुमति मैं दूँ। अगर मैं दूसरे दिन कहूँ कि आप अपने उन्हीं दोस्तों से बात कर सकते हो जिसकी अनुमति मैं दूं, और तीसरे दिन में कहूं कि सवाल पूछना मना है। घर भी आपके, लोग भी आपके, लेकिन आपके अधिकारों को धीरे धीरे दबाया जा रहा है। ठीक उसी प्रकार जब हमारे भारत में आपातकाल शुरू हुए थे, हमारे अधिकार पूरे तरीके से छीने नहीं गए थे लेकिन धीरे धीरे उन्हें कमजोर कर दिया गया था। अगर बात की जाए 25 जून के बारे में 1975 के, जब हमारे भारत में आपातकाल लागू हुआ था, हमारे भारत में धीरे धीरे आपातकाल शुरू भी हो गए थे और हम सारे लोग अपने अधिकारों से वंचित होते जा रहे थे, या फिर यूं कहूं कि हमारे मौलिक अधिकार सीमित हो गए थे। प्रेस पर नियंत्रण लगाया जा रहे थे और उसके साथ ही साथ विपक्ष विभाग के नेताओं को जेल में भी डाला जा रहा था। उस समय हमारे भारत की प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी जी हुआ करती थी। और जयप्रकाश नारायण जी ने तो ये भी कह दिया था कि जब हमारी युवा शक्ति या फिर हमारे युग जागेंगे तब हमारे अच्छे से अच्छे सत्ता चूक सकते हैं। और बराबर 2 वर्ष के बाद हमारे सत्ता चूक भी गए थे। और आज के युवा में हमारे आगे सबसे बड़ा सवाल यह है कि हमने इतिहास से क्या सीखा। इतिहास ने हमें सिखाया कि अभिव्यक्ति की अधिकार जरूरी है। अंत में बस मैं इतना ही कहना चाहूंगी कि लोकतंत्र एक वृक्ष है जिसको अधिकार, जिम्मेदारी और स्वतंत्रता का धूप, पानी और हवा मिलना चाहिए, क्योंकि हमने अंधेरे में मार भी खाया है और उसी तरह प्रकाश में जीत भी पाया है। दे सलामी उस तिरंगे को जिससे तेरा शान है, सर हमेशा ऊंचा रखना जब तक दिल में जान है। कहते हुए मैं बस इतना कहना चाहूंगी, आज के युवा शक्ति जो कि सोशल मीडिया के युग में कहां पहुंच गए, एडिटेड वीडियो और उसके साथ फेक न्यूज के वजह से हमारी पुरानी पत्रकारिता पीछे ही रह गई है। इन सारी चीजों को मैं बस आगे ले चलते हुए हमारे संविधान को ना भूले, क्योंकि हमारे संविधान ने हमें अधिकार दिया है, उसके साथ ही साथ मौलिक अधिकारों को भी हमारे हाथों में दिया है। इन सारी चीजों को लेते हुए एक मैं चलना चाहूंगी, वसुदेव कुटुंबकम के नाम लेते ही मैं अपने भाषण समाप्त करना चाहूंगी। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Judges, please note just number 28 on the stage. Instruction for the candidate. You have to begin your speech in the first bell. After completing 2 minutes, you will be given a warning bell. After completing 3 minutes, you will be given a final bell. You should not disclose any kind of personal information.
Respected juries and my individuals on the dais. Today, we mark 50 years of emergency. Today, I'm not standing here to rewind our wounds. Today, I'm standing here to rewind or reflect what are the lessons we have learned from our 50 years of emergency wounds, where our individuals' liberties and rights were suspended. So, India is a diverse nation, so its challenges also. First, I would like to mention that When we comes to India, when emergency emerged, or now the contemporary era of governance, we have seen like India has different diverse challenges. When come to the south, when come to specify our Kerala, we have high literacy, but we are in the challenge of youth migration and with unemployment, and UP faces poverty and other states, while Northeast has the infrastructural development issues, and Jammu and Kashmir faces the security problems. And when we comes to all India, each and every state has their own problems. So instead of going for an uniform lens of actors, we have to see and we have to mend what are the challenges faced by each state. And another thing is, citizen is the defenders of democracy. Other than when it comes to any other institutions or any other mechanism like fundamental rights or any RTI or any other thing, citizens is the ultimate defenders of democracy. We can see like this can be done through our RTI or social audit and other mechanisms where citizen can defend the democracy, which can be, we can see that during the emergency period, like parliament debates and other mechanisms were suspended, and this can be met by our rights and our duties, especially our duties. So I would like to mention that mostly concentrating on our emergency wounds or emergency issues, we have to concentrate on how we can mitigate it and what are the problems India will face, and what challenges or what are the measures we can do for the Viksit Bharat, and as the youth for the marching force of the Viksit Bharat, what youth can be done for the Viksit Bharat betterment. That's it. Jai Hind.
Judges, please note that was our last participant.
you sent na that day? That day, NSS camp.
A very good evening. So we are moving to the valedictory function. Thank you so much. I would like to thank our nodal officers, our NSS program officers and all the jury members for making this event to happen at Central University of Kerala within a short notice. They have helped us to find the right person to represent the state level. We just got the information that the state level competition will happen on 1st of March. Just now we got, it is on Sunday at Trivandrum. So those winners will be knowing the venue. Our Yupin sir will give you the venue. However, you can follow up with us, the winners. Is there any non-NSS here? All are from NSS? There are non-NSS as well. Okay, okay. Whatever it is, we will let you know. Okay, so we will move on to the valedictory function. So formally, I would like to welcome the District Organizing Secretary of Kasaragod for this Viksit Bharath Youth Parliament 2026, Mr. Jampala Ganesh Ranadi, to deliver the welcome address. You have to start. Before the welcome address, I would like to start the event with the NSS song. Sorry.
സിദ്ധികൾ പൂത്താൽ സൗവർണ്ണാഭ പരന്നാൽ സൗഹൃദ സിദ്ധികൾ പൂത്താൽ സൗവർണ്ണാഭ പരന്നാൽ സുരഭില ജീവിത മാധുരി വിശ്വം സമസ്തമരുളുകയല്ലോ മനസ്സു നന്നാവട്ടെ മതമേതെങ്കിലുമാവട്ടെ നന്നാവട്ടെ.
Thank you all. So over to Ganesh sir for the welcome address. And I also request Mr. Ganesh to sum up the happenings since morning.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon. Since there is time constraint, and keep it short. I formally welcome Dr. S. Ambalgi ma'am, our district program coordinator. I welcome Dr. Gurjeti Tirupati sir, our nodal officer Viksit Bharath. I welcome deputy nodal officer Dharmendra Pratap Singh sir. I welcome Dr. Sadanandam sir, our program officer NSS, and I welcome our expertised jury, Kumaran sir, Professor Muthukumar sir, Sukumaran sir, Dr. Gujeti Tirupati sir, and Dr. Devi Parvati ma'am, and my dear students, participants, my dear NSS volunteers. I welcome you all for this valedictory program. As far as the consultation is concerned, total 117 participants has been registered. Among them 42 are shortlist, 28 are presented their speech competition. Out of that 5 will be winners. Okay, so this is the data, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ganesh. Now, I would like to call upon our nodal officer of Viksit Bharath, Central University of Kerala, Dr. Gujeti Tirupati, for the felicitation.
Respected Professor Dr. Sidhu P. Algur, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Central University of Kerala, absentia. Registrar Professor Rajendran Pilankatta, Dean of Students Welfare, also absentia. Dr. S. Ambalgi Madam, NSS Coordinator and District Program Coordinator, VBYP 2026, Kasaragad. Dr. Dharmendra Pratap Singh, Deputy Nodal Officer. Esteemed NSS Co-Program Officers, Dr. Geeta Madam, Dr. Sadanandam, Dr. Venkana, Dr. Jampala Ganesh Ranadir, and District Secretary of BBYP, and respected jury members, Professor Muthukumar sir, Dr. Devi Parvat Madam, Kumaran sir, and Sukumaran sir, dear participants and NSS volunteers, good afternoon one and all. First of all, I am congratulating to you, to the participants, to participate in this speech competition. You delivered valuable inputs also. I learned many few things from you. It's a great that one. Participating is the most important. The winner, the second prize or winning is the secondary, that one. Okay, out of 117, 42 enroll and come to Central University of Kerala, only 20 plus members meanwhile. You have that great career, and all the best for your future endeavors. India is one of the youngest nations in the world, with nearly 65% of our population below the age of 35, making youth the true architects of our nation's future. The strength, innovation, and social responsibility of young minds will determine the direction of our country's growth and global leadership. A developed nation is not built merely by policies, but by the vision, participation, and commitment of its youth. Though platforms like Youth Parliament, we nurture democratic values, critical thinking, and leadership among young citizens. Let us move forward together in this inspiring journey towards Viksit Bharath, where the dreams of our youth transform into the destiny of our nation. I think may your words reflect confidence, clarity, and the true spirit of youth leadership. I am very thankful to my sincere thanks to Dr. Ambalgi Madam, NSS Coordinator, and Mr. Jampala Ganesh Ranadhir for giving me this valuable opportunity to participate in this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the encouraging words to our participants. I would like to welcome the Deputy Nodal Officer, Viksit Bharath, Central University of Kerala, Dr. Dharmender Pratap Singh, for the felicitation.
Good afternoon to all. Most respected jury members, program coordinators, participants, and NS volunteers. I am not going to speak too much because you know what is the agenda of this program. Just you can go only 2 words. In front of you there is a banner of that one. There is one parliament and second one is speech. Both words are very meaningful. You have go to behind them. Parliament, you have to speak truth with evidence and speech. I didn't want to say anything because I am not going to take too much time for you. Just there is one poem in Hindi and I just listening to you in Hindi, and after that I will go to translate in English because you can understand that poem. That poem, only 9 lines, maybe not more than 20 words. That is a poem named Marna, die. आदमी मरने के बाद कुछ नहीं सोचता. आदमी मरने के बाद कुछ नहीं सोचता. आदमी मरने के बाद कुछ नहीं बोलता. कुछ नहीं बोलने, कुछ नहीं सोचने पर आदमी मर जाता है. Very meaningful poem, this one. It is written by one Hindi poet, and just I want to express in English. A man thinks nothing after dying. A man speaks nothing after dying. By thinking nothing and speaking nothing, a man dies. So, this program is for our, we can say, liveness, for our Loktantra. And we are thinking about what we have to do. 2047. 2047 is big challenge for us, and how we have to move that side. We are planning, we are thinking. And regarding that one, we are do a lot of efforts by the government, by the institutions, and we will hope a better future for our country, a better future for our youth generation. That is enough for me, and I especially give thanks to Ambalgi Madam because all the effort of this program, we can know that one. And if I I came outside of that building, I am staying in faculty quarters. I see around 7:30 participants are coming that side, and till 7:30 to now it is going to 4 o'clock. You are here. That is, we can't not express in words what are my feelings regarding our participants and our NSS volunteers. Thanks to everybody, and we will think about future of our Bharat, how we can move that one. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now we'll move on to the certificate distribution to all the participants first. Followed by that, I would like to request our jury, because since some of you are going to represent at the state level, their suggestions and feedbacks will help you to improve, not only for the winners, for each of us. So out of their experience, we can learn that through their feedback. Before moving on to that, I would like to call upon Dr. Sadanandam sir to distribute the certificate of participation to all the members so that you can raise from your place. So we will distribute the certificates. Lock. Give the list. Give. You read in mic. Sir will distribute. Yeah. One by one. You read one by one and then we can.
Aisha Ayub. Gyan Prakash. Ajin Prabhapi.
First, you can catch your train on time.
Guru Prasad PG. Muhammad Lasim. Sainabad Tahdila. Srinivasa K. Kiran Lakshmi S. Lasima Jibin. Aditya RS. Sri Lakshmi K. Nair. Gautam Shankar P. Diljit GK. Kashish Mukesh. Krishna Priya U. Khadijatin Nabiha. Nafisat Nida MC. Nia Joseph. Misriya Naushad. Sachidananda Behra. Chris V. Joseph. Farsana A. Shahada Shafi. Monica. Alina PS. Deepak Arun. Rihanna Sonali Pin. Taliba Isha.
Thank you, dear participants, and thank you, Dr. Sadanandam sir, for the time. Thank you all. Now it's time to felicitate our dignitaries, the jury members. I would like to call upon Dr. Dharmendra Pratap Singh to felicitate our senior most jury member, Kumaran Master. can go to the middle. We would like to hear from Kumaran Master his feedback and suggestions to the student.
Respected dignitaries, my co-judges, professors, and my dear students. First of all, I congratulate all the participants. As our VC has told in the morning, all of you have won the first round. That is why you have been selected among the hundreds of people. Only 28 have come here. They actually need to be congratulated. And we have selected only 5 among you, and they are also to be congratulated. And we are very sure that many of you will be winning in the state level also. And I wish that you will do it. And for that, I will like to give 1 or 2 suggestions. As you know, the subject was already given and you could have practiced it properly well. And some of you have done it, I agree, but many of you have not done it. Those who have been selected will do it now at least. What you can do is, as the subject is already given, you can prepare it writing. And you can include as many points as possible, not out of the subject, only including the subject. Only you will take care that nothing else should be mentioned. Only the subject matter should be mentioned. And the 2 things, another thing you have to remember is, it should seem to be a speech, not an uttering after the by hearting. Many of the speeches were just like by hearting and saying it. So what you have to do is, the gestures during the speech is very important. Your body gesture and other things, it should not be feel that you have by hearted it and saying it in the or before the mic. So it should be natural that you can do. Before many 1 or 2 of your teachers, you just practice. Those 5 members selected will do the practice. Just like it should seem to be to the audience that you are actually speaking, not by uttering the by-uttered words. So, as many practice you can do, it will be better to win in the state level. So, I think that you will do it. Only the 2 things I will suggest that you can do. First thing, as many points you should include. Second thing, it should seem to be a natural speech that you can practice. You seek the help of your teacher and speak before him or her, and you can win it in the state level. Wishing that all of the 5 will be selected in the state level. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I hope all these suggestions are valuable for any orator. Thank you, sir. Definitely, I believe that it's a take-home lesson for all of us. I would like to welcome our nodal officer, Dr. Gujeti sir, to felicitate the jury member, Professor Muthukumar Muthuchami. sir. Is there any suggestions would you like to give, sir?
Thank you. I wish to congratulate all the participants. Even though we have selected 5 among 28 based on your presentation, as our Kumaran Master has clearly said, please remember 3 P's. One is preparation. Extensively you have to prepare it, first P. Second P, you have to practice it, right? You have to, because time constraints in 3 minutes means among the points, whatever you have prepared, okay, just you select and you practice it. Then third P, presentation, right? Then it automatically will come. As Sir already has pointed out, body language is very, very important in the speech competition, right? So flow will come automatically once you practiced, right? So always remember these 3 P's and do well in the state level. Okay. Time is very, very important. If you say 3 minutes, you have to consolidate all the points and you have to say fluently you have to speak. Okay, don't stop over it. Okay, practice is very, very important. Okay, always, not only for this competition, wherever you go, this 3P, you have to remember it. Okay, all the very best. God bless you all.
Thank you, Professor. I would like to call upon Dr. Sadanandam sir to felicitate our jury member, Sukumaran sir. The jury member was recommended by Dr. Sadanandam. Of course, he is a parliamentarian member awardee, which is a very valid point for being in the jury. Thank you, Dr. Sadanandam, for recommending a wonderful jury member. Exactly. He is the apt person for it. And in spite of his exam duty, sir is here with us. Thank you so much for that, sir. Thank you. We would like to hear 1 or 2 suggestions and your advice for the students for the next level and for all of us, sir.
എൻ്റെ ആദരണീയ സഹജൂറിമാരെ, പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട മക്കളെ, നമുക്ക് കിട്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നത് ഒരു കടൽ പോലത്തെ ഒരു സബ്ജക്റ്റാണ്. എത്ര പറഞ്ഞാലും തീരാത്ത അത്രയും പൊട്ടൻഷ്യലായിട്ടുള്ള ഏറെ ചിന്തോദ്ദീപമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു സബ്ജക്റ്റാണ് നമുക്ക് കിട്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. അതിൽ നമുക്ക് ആകെ പറയാനുള്ളത് വെറും ഒരു 3 മിനിറ്റാണ്. നമുക്കിവിടെ എന്താണ് അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ എന്നതല്ല അറിയേണ്ടത്. അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയിലൂടെ നമ്മൾ അനുഭവിച്ച 50 വർഷം, നമുക്ക് 50 വർഷത്തോളം കാലം നമ്മൾ അനുഭവിച്ച കാര്യങ്ങൾ, ജനാധിപത്യത്തെ തകർക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഏതൊരു തരത്തിലുള്ള വീക്ക്നെസ് ഉണ്ടായാലും അതിനെയൊക്കെ മറികടന്നുകൊണ്ട് ജനാധിപത്യം കൂടുതൽ കൂടുതൽ ശക്തമാവും എന്നുള്ള ഒരു ധ്വനിയാണ് വേണ്ടത്. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഭാഗത്തു നിന്നുള്ള ക്രിയേറ്റീവായിട്ടുള്ള സജഷൻസും കാര്യങ്ങളുമാണ് ഈ 3 മിനിറ്റിൽ കാര്യമായിട്ട് വരേണ്ടത്. എല്ലാവരും കുറേ ആൾക്കാരൊക്കെ വളരെ ഗംഭീരമായിട്ട് പ്രസൻറ്റ് ചെയ്തു. എന്നാലും നമുക്ക് അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥ പറയുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ 3 മിനിറ്റ് തീരും. അതല്ല, അതിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ സജഷൻസ്, നിങ്ങളുടെ തോട്ട്സ്, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ നിങ്ങളുടെ വളരെ ഊർജ്ജസ്വലമായിട്ടുള്ള സംഭാവനകളൊക്കെ അതിൽ വരുമ്പോഴാണ് അത് ഒന്നുകൂടെ ശക്തമാകുന്നത്. ബാക്കിയൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് വായിച്ചത് അറിയാനൊക്കെ പറ്റും. നമുക്ക് വായിച്ചറിയാൻ പറ്റാത്ത നിങ്ങളുടെ ആശയങ്ങളും നിങ്ങളുടെ ചിന്തകളും വരുമ്പോഴാണ് നമുക്ക് ഇനി നമുക്ക് വിഷയം കിട്ടുമ്പോൾ സബ്ജക്റ്റിനെ കുറിച്ച് കൃത്യമായി പഠിച്ച് നമ്മൾ പറയേണ്ട കാര്യം എന്താണ് എന്ന് വളരെ കൃത്യമായിട്ട് ആ 3 മിനിറ്റിൽ നന്നായിട്ട് പ്രസൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടത്. എല്ലാവർക്കും ഭാവിയിൽ നല്ല ആവാനുള്ള നല്ല കഴിവുള്ളവരാണ് എല്ലാവരും. ഇത് നിർത്തരുത്, നന്നായിട്ട് പ്രസംഗിക്കണം. നമുക്കറിയാം, വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം ഇല്ലാത്ത ആൾക്കാർ രാഷ്ട്രീയം കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അവരാണ് നമ്മളെ ഭരിക്കുന്നത്. വിദ്യാഭ്യാസമുള്ള ആൾക്കാർ രാഷ്ട്രീയത്തിൽ നിന്ന് മാറി നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ വിവരമില്ലാത്തവർ നമ്മൾ ഭരിക്കുന്നു. അതുണ്ടാവാൻ പാടില്ല. ഇതിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനമായിട്ടുള്ള ലക്ഷ്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ശക്തമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു യൂത്തിനെ ഭാവിയിലേക്ക് 2047 വികസിത ഭാരതത്തിലേക്ക് നിങ്ങളെ കൈപിടിച്ചുയർത്തുക എന്നതാണ് ഇതിൻ്റെ പ്രധാനമായിട്ടുള്ള ലക്ഷ്യം. ആ യൂത്താണ് എൻ്റെ മുമ്പിലിരിക്കുന്ന ഏറ്റവും ശക്തരായത്. നിങ്ങൾക്കതിനാവും, നിങ്ങൾക്കേ അതാവും. ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Sukumaran sir, for the valuable points. And I would like to take the opportunity to felicitate our nodal officer, Dr. Gujeti Tirupati sir. Sir, please.
Yes, some students are, when they are coming to the days, they are going to the panic. Just you have to build the confidential level. That is the most important. While you are in the graduation, post-graduation, you have to overcome the stage fear like that one. That is the first criteria. Another second one is already sirs told which one topic is assigned. Already you know very well that. And also just go for your own words. Don't copy by that other, which one is availability, that internet or things. Just compel to your own words. And also which is the necessity, you have to find out that one. It's any quote from that Vivekananda or Abdul Kalam's, that one. That's the important one. And also, what about your opinion in that last 1 minute or 30 seconds? You have to give your own justification, what you felt on that issue. Okay, if you are there that time, what you are doing, and in the present also. That's the, okay, thank you for giving an opportunity for this valedictory address. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would like to call upon Mr. Ganesh to felicitate Dr. Devi Parvati, madam. Thank you, madam. Please. We would like to hear from Dr. Devi Parvati. Yeah, madam.
Congratulations to all the participants who have assembled here and participated here. Actually, I am very happy to see everyone who have tried their best to speak out from their knowledge. And I have found some points, I must say, some of the points. First thing, actually my previous and senior jury members have already told you that timing is very important. You must confine within the time allotted to you. That if it is 3 minutes, then definitely you must conclude it within the 3 minutes. So for that, I think you will be approaching to future stages for presentation, speech and all. So you practice with timer, setting timer in your mobile phones and practice your speech by using that timer. That is the first and foremost thing. And so what is the title? What is the topic? That's very much important. You people are always having some kind of a habit of writing the university exams. What you will be doing in writing the university exam? You will say many things about an introduction. Then while concluding only, you will be having only 2 points about what actually has asked. So that problem is obviously seen in your presentations. You were elaborating what is this emergency, what has happened during the emergency and all. But the point is something different. So you have to, like the 3 minutes, you divide these 3 minutes into 3 parts. First 30 seconds for just saying what is emergency. And then the 1.5 minutes for what are your suggestions. Then the last 30 seconds for conclusion. In that way, you have to make a clear preparation, a stage-wise first phase, second phase and third phase. Then use the timer, then practice. Okay, these all are the things. And my best wishes for all of you for your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Devi Parvati. Thank you so much for that. It's time to thank the persons who were behind the successful conduct of the event. I would like to call upon the program secretary, Mr. Ganesh Jampala Ranavir. I would like to request our nodal officer to kindly felicitate our program secretary. With couple of days we completed this event. This event, the final date was till February 23rd. Yesterday we were working till 1 o'clock and morning 7 o'clock we started. Thank you so much, Ganesh. Thank you. I would like to request, sir, please stay back. I would like to request Mr. Akshay to receive the honor for our PRO, Mr. Sujit, who is not here, Public Relation Officer. He is another program. There is a Padma Bhushan awardee is there in chemistry. Professor Balram has come. So, sir is in that event. I would like to register the effort of our PRO, and I would like to convey, Akshay, please convey our PRO for his tireless effort, please. I would like to thank Mr. Akshay also for helping us in the travel and transportation. It's time to congratulate and thank our NSS volunteers. I would like to request our jury members to felicitate our NSS volunteers who were behind the entire event. With no particular order, I would like to call upon the NSS volunteers, Miss Venus and Matthew. Miss Venus and Matthew, please, I would like to request Kumaran Master to kindly felicitate our volunteers. Our technical person, Tatakat Mandal. Mandal, I don't know whether I pronounced it properly. Mandal. Tatakat Mandal, sir. Ms. Shivapriya, the volunteer secretary leader for this entire event. Ms. Krishna Priya, I would like to request Sugumaran sir to kindly felicitate our NSS volunteer, Ms. Krishna Priya. Mr. Gautam. Yeah, Mr. Gautam. I would like to request Ms. Devi Parvati to felicitate. Ms. Devi Parvati to felicitate. Ms. Devayani Suresh. Ms. Devayani Suresh. Ms. Devi Priya. Ms. Devi Priya. And I would like, please, madam. So, the entire event was prepared, finalized, executed. All the credit goes to Mr. Paindamal Raja. We are really proud and privileged to have such a wonderful NSS volunteer at Central University of Kerala. A very perfectionist, that is the problem. He is very perfectionist. And thank you. Do continue the same spirit, Mr. Paindamal Raja. We are really proud of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Sadanandam. So, it is time now to announce the winners of the event. So, all the, it is, I believe, it's not, this is today's winning only. This is based on your today's performance only. So, I would like to call upon we would like to go in the reverse order. The fifth winner, chess number 19. Come with the chess number. Chess number 19. Mr. Diljit. I would like to request our jury member, Kumaran Master, to felicitate Diljit. Hearty congratulations, Diljit. Diljit,
did the performance in Malayalam. Congratulations, Mr. Jildit. The fourth, sir, please take your seat. Take your seat, sir, you can sit. I would like to welcome Professor Muthukumar Muthuchami to give the top fourth winner. The fourth place is backed by chess number 7. Ms. Srilakshmi K. Nair, who spoke in language English. Congratulations, Ms. Srilakshmi K. Nair. Hearty congratulations, Ms. Srilakshmi. I would like to congratulations. Thank you, Professor Muthukumar Muthuchami. Top third winner, the third position, I would like to call upon Sukumaran Master to felicitate. The chess number 4, Miss Aditya R.S. Miss Aditya R.S., who spoke in English. I would like to call upon, thank you so much, Sukumaran Master, and congratulations, Aditya. The second position, I would like to call upon Dr. Devi Parvati. Once again, I'm sorry for troubling the jury members again and again. Very sorry. Yes. Chess number, any guess? 27. Kashish Mukesh. Kashish Mukesh was very particular about the transparency of the event, and I believe it is very transparent, Kashish. Miss Kashish Mukesh bagged the second prize, who spoke in Hindi. Hearty congratulations, Kashish Mukesh. And thank you so much, Dr. Devi Parvati. And overall, today's winner, top 1, will be felicitated by the nodal officers, Dharmendra Pratap Singh sir, as well as R. Gujetti Tirupati sir. The first position is backed by chess number 16. Mr. Gautam Shankar. Mr. Gautam Shankar is the top winner of Kasaragod district. The language spoken was English. Hearty congratulations all the winner. I would like to request all the winners with their chess number to take photographs in the podium, because we have to upload in the Government of India portal. With their chess number, I request them to come separately to take photographs. I would like to thank our nodal officers. Thank you so much. Once again, congratulations all the winners. They are all today's winners, and we are all winners. All are winners. Thank you so much. And we don't know the institute to which they belong to. They are all belonging and they are going to represent Kasaragod district. So we believe Kasaragod district will be one among in the state level of Kerala as well. We are expecting the results on 1st March. So congratulations all the winners. Please, we need some data from you. Please be seated here. Others, congratulations. Please, some more details we require. We need your individual photographs with the chess number, with your certificate and your trophy. Hearty congratulations and sincere thanks to all the jury members for their valuable time. My sincere thanks to the nodal officers, our NSS program officers, program secretaries. There is no further vote of thanks again. So my sincere thanks to all my NSS volunteers, my beloved participants. Hearty congratulations. Way to go. Wishing you all success in all your endeavors. I would like to thank sincerely the 2 members behind the live streaming. Thank you so much for your IT support. Thank you. I would like to thank Akshay for the travel support. I would like to thank Devi Parvati. In spite of her child care leave, she is here spending the whole day for us. Thank you, Dr. Devi Parvati. Sukumaran Master, in spite of your exam duty, you are here. Thank you so much, sir. Kumaran Master behind the hedge, and he is sitting since morning 8 o'clock till now. He is here with us. Thank you, Master. Thank you so much. And Yeah, they have to travel and nodal officers. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you all. A very happy good evening. Congratulations for your next level. As I mentioned, please come individually and take a snap. We have to upload in the portal. Thank you all. Please give the necessary